Hello everybody, I'm just about ready to get started. Welcome Chris. So let's talk a little bit about what today will be. So we are in Christmas Eve. Unfortunately, it looks like this year for Ephinea, they are not boosting all bonuses. So I guess the theme of this year is nerfs. The holiday event's too strong. I feel kind of sad about that, actually. I was hoping for like a 125 XP, 120, everything else. I logged in just now. It was still at 150 on rare, which is, you know, 150 is still good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, in previous years, you used to get all 3 bonuses. Well, 4 if you count the rare enemy. So yeah, a little disappointed, but you know what? 150 rare is still good enough to do what I was looking to do, so that's okay. So let's talk about the expectations for the stream. Since it's Christmas and I want to have fun, it's going to be almost all episode 4. Depending on how much time is left over, maybe we'll do a TTF to finish off the stream. I can't stick around super long today. I think tomorrow will be an exception. We'll stick around a bit longer. Depending on how things go, I might do a bonus stream in the evening. We'll see though, I don't want to push it. But I'll figure things out, chat. That's what'll happen. For sure, there will be a bonus stream the Sunday leading into the new year, where we will probably also put in a little bit of PSO at some point, at least at one part during the day. So I think we're gonna start off with Christmas Fiasco. Then there was a request for us to do Point of Disaster. And then there was a request to potentially go back to Massive Attack Episode 4, if I'm looking at my notes from the previous session correctly. So it's going to be a whole bunch of Episode 4 quests. So I believe Chris said that he's willing to join. So as long as he is ready for a whole bunch of Episode 4, he's more than welcome to join. Now, Chris, I will say, you did get another ID update for your... well, all of your characters. So if you want to change your ID on somebody, I think now would be the best time. I will let you know if you were thinking of making a green ID or a Viridian ID and you don't have one and they are being taken to episode 4. Today would be your day. But anyway, let's jump into the game. I might switch out my white ID force for Viridian. I'm really thinking about it. I'm still very disappointed. I'm just letting you all know, chat. I'm very disappointed they nerfed White ID. Like, there's one run I wanted to do with it, and I got wrecked. Just so sad. I called the character White'll because I was, like, so ready for it. Get wrecked. Yeah, Viridian ID is pretty solid in episode 1. They can basically TTF whenever they want. They're okay in episode 2, and episode 4, they're arguably one of the best. The only one that would even compete with it might be Green ID. Pink ID is situationally good. You still get limiters, which is great. Viridian also gets that. But I'm looking for some very specific things from the Pink ID, like V801 and Slicer Fanatic. So that's why I have a Pink ID. It's also pretty solid in episode 2. So that it's you know, for the rare times we do episode 2, Pink ID actually does pull through. I don't use Pink ID at all in episode 1 though. Just like, I'd rather play as almost any other ID. Not that it doesn't have some good ones, it just isn't the best overall. And I just play overalls at this point. So I'll go ahead and make the first game. Okay, so what is the forecast for today, other than cold in real life? Hunters, humans, females. Oof. Sorry about that, chat. I'm still feeling congested. It just will not go away. So we'll wait for Chris. Episode 4... Massive Attack, as well as Point of Disaster, all have bosses at the end. So I'll probably sub out for those fights. But for a Christmas Fiasco, I could play as this character. I don't see a big issue with it. I'll just have to die to restock because I don't have what I need. Bullet Tina. Hello, Snowwolf. Hope you're doing well. I'm used to seeing you in Calvisham streams. We are just relaxing, going into the new year. So we'll eventually pick up another weekend game for sure. But since there's a special event in PSO, I figured why not, we'll do it. Yeah, I'm still, I don't know, this like congestion will just not go away. I'm not like coughing or anything at least, but it just really lingers. Yeah, this seems fair. Oh, you're knocking me towards the giant laser. I want nothing to do with giant laser, please. Thank you. So I gotta do a little more prep for the end of the year stream. I have ideas for it, I just need to actually work on it. I've been sidetracked with, oh, that actually killed me. The crit. What a godlike crit from the enemy. Sadness there. One day I won't die to random crits. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, Mayhem. So Mayhem's actually looking at a pretty good state. There's like one thing I want to change before we give it like a live test. But looking like we'll probably play some Symphony of the Night with the mod next weekend. I have almost literally everything coded. The Axe Armor is probably going to be a little janky. Everything else though looking pretty solid. So that's why I was like, I'd rather not hold up a build just to update Axe Armor. I'll make like a couple changes, but I'll probably push the rest to another patch. Just because I think there are some requested features that would improve the experience of normal Mayhem, as well as just small quality of life to Axe Armor. So it'll be a nice little New Year's patch. But yeah, there's still quite a bit of work to do when it comes to Mayhem. More specifically on the Axe Armor side of things. And then I'll gauge public interest if people want to do co-op with it. Because again, like, I never play co-op with it. But I know some people were looking for, like, the ability for Mayhem to cause random actions to occur for both players. That way you could have, like, a Mayhem race. I think the only other feature I want to look into for the patch, I think has to do with setting a little log, so for the people that use the kind of like the speedrun tracker, that it automatically starts it. I still have never used one of those before. I don't even know what they're called, because again, I'm not a speedrunner. But I'll see if it's good enough. I'll have to import something from another user's updates. Oh, that's funny. I actually got them stuck on the rocks. I forgot this rock was actually solid enough to stop them. That's too funny, actually. So on my screen, they're just charging repeatedly into the rock like big dummies. Oh, I actually almost had Mad Blast. I was about to join in, but no, I'm still like 13 shy. Yeah, we'll talk about probably next week in the retrospective where we're looking to go. I'm actually really torn who I think some of the winners of some of the categories are. Like the ones that are like the worst ofs, those are no contest. But like the best ofs, I'm actually really torn. I feel like every week it's changed, which I think is good because I mean it means we played at least enough that there's like some actual candidates this year. But we'll see where it goes from there. Also, going forward, I need to remember to put, like, the end of the year stuff in its own, like, special tag. Because I was trying to find it the other day, and I was like, oh man, what video was that in? I don't even remember what I was playing last year into the retrospective. So, definitely going forward, they will be separated videos. Because I do like to go back and view. Like, I have all the stuff from last year, so, like, technically... I could literally run it exactly the same as last year, but I wanted to tweak it a bit. I'm getting kind of close to leveling up, only 44,000. So I'm definitely going to level this quest. The question is, when will I level? Nice, I have mag invincibility, get trolled. Free damage, as we like to say. I'm not even gonna look at the enemy. I already know they're gonna take a bazillion damage. I think he was telling Calfusion yesterday how I'm always surprised at how knowledgeable you are in a lot of games. Your walking guidebook. Oh, I play a whole bunch of games for sure. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't call myself on the level of speedrunners, except for maybe like 1 or 2 games where arguably I've done speedruns. But I don't know, I try to diversify. I think honestly, if I were going to speedrun a game, I'd probably speedrun East 4. I do kind of want to play that game again. I miss Karna. Karna was so OP. But oh yeah, I mean, like, generally the goal is whenever I play a game, I play it, like, mostly as intended the first time, but if I'm revisiting a game, I try to teach myself something new about it. Yeah, Carnage, yeah, chat knows. Top tier character, best character. So, like, for example, like, even when I'm playing, like, a Suikoden 3, other than sitting there with, like, a character book, I'll sometimes look up, like, special combos for things. Or, like, when we revisited Suikoden 1, I legit just did nothing but speedrunner tech for that game. Minus the skipping battles, which, because I was like, otherwise I'd just skip every battle in the game. That'd be kind of anticlimactic. But yeah, always looking to improve the strategies. Welcome, Charlie. Hope you're doing well. Work is dead today. We're practically dead, so pop in and say hi. Always appreciate the hello. We were just talking about learning different games. I think overall East is still probably my favorite. Just because I feel like there's a lot of tricks to do, and I'm actually able to do most of them. But, you know, for some things like turn-based games, I like showing the cheese. Like, we had some really cheesy Suikoden 2 strats, for example, where literally bosses wouldn't even get a turn in some scenarios. Too good. Sometimes there's also just, like, passion games where I don't know if I'll ever look up speedrun tech for it, because I just kind of enjoy it for what it is. A great example of that would be Etrian Mystery Dungeon or Radiant Historia. Although, small spoiler, we're probably going to play Radiant Historia next year, immediately. I have been dying to play this game since forever. Probably my favorite handheld game, also. Is my controller feeling okay? I'm not hitting the menu button, but I'm getting the menu. I might re-plug it in a moment to see that it adjusts that. I mean, like, my thumb is, like, nowhere near the middle of my controller. Oh, oops. I didn't mean to glance that one. Oh well. Rest in peace, V801. I don't feel like waiting for you. Oh, by the way, I have a Mag Blast if you... I'm not sure if you have it back yet or not. I doubt it, but just FYI. So, I don't know. I mean, it comes in handy. Like, just the other day on Chrisigrim's stream, he didn't know how to do Mock Ball, which is kind of like one of the more common Super Metroid tech. And as I said before, if I like a game, I'll look up stuff on it later. So I was actually able to show him, at least in video form. I'm not the most articulate at the time sometimes. How to do that kind of tech for some skips. Ooh, I got crit. Rest in peace. The crit is too strong. Man, I died via crit through Gel in 30. That is actually unlucky. Maybe I got hit into the crit or something weird. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'm still working on when it comes to Soten. That's one of the games where I would say, like, technically I've speedrun the game. I wouldn't put myself anywhere near, like, top 10, top 20, but... I mean, like, I had, like, a sub-hour clear for a normal playthrough. It's not super usual. Although, I don't think I beat every boss, so I don't think it's a all-boss clear time, unfortunately. Hello, Mina. Hope you're doing well today. The Earth One Brownie. Okay. Not very useful, but we'll collect it anyway. We have Chris in the chat playing along in PSO. Unfortunately, still have not heard back from Clawmagod, who was in the stream 2 sessions ago. They were looking to get some enhancements for their characters. I mean, if they're around, as I said before, by all means, they are welcome to the items we have. Don't know when you're going to collapse, so happy holidays in advance. Well, thank you. Happy holidays to everybody here. I'm thinking if we do a bonus stream either tonight or tomorrow night, we'll probably pick a chat favorite game. Or maybe I'll even test Mayhem. Honestly, it's really not that far off from test. But it really just depends what day it is. Sorry, Bird. I don't feel like waiting for you. I know I could get a V801, but... I'm like, no thank you. Well, thank you for stopping by, Charlie. Hopefully work treats you well. And by treats you well, I mean they let you out early and stop making you do weird hours. How did that kill me? Craziness, chat. The downside of playing the Faux New World. Their charge should only do 700, but I took 900 damage. I don't know. I'm gonna call that multiplayer iframe problems. We talked about that enough in the last session, but I don't know why they changed the iframes in multiplayer. I will never get over that. It just astounds me that they would nerf iframes. I'm like, why? It is what it is, I guess. See, like, it should always reduce me to 183, but sometimes it just doesn't. Magic happens. Not too far off from leveling, at least. Speaking of which, how am I doing in terms of fluids? I was kind of auto-piloting my TP consumption. Oh, I'm not doing too bad. I don't need to go back in this area for sure. Christmas Fiasco 4 has found Lambda Argent. Makes sense. We'll probably do at least a couple of Viridian runs for it. When should we Photon Blast? We should Photon Blast, probably here, although I'm probably gonna die. So I'll let you initiate. I'll just react to you, Photon Blasting. I mean, in case the Dwarfon double hits, I should probably go in and just be the Sacrificial Lamb. I think it double hits less if I hold left immediately at the start. But if I stand still, I'm definitely gonna die. Yeah, there we go. I think that avoids the double hit. Oh, speaking of Lamb, I haven't heard back from Digital Devolver, or whatever their name is. But if they do, get back to me. I will play Cult of the Lamb. Probably be like a challenge of how deep in a dungeon I could go without going back. Oh yeah, I'm dealing with the real threat, aka the Babudas. Oh wow, I actually still had mag invincibility from the first knockdown. That was crazy. So I am actually like the perfect health for multiplayer, minus getting crit randomly and dying. It's like just enough. I am scared of that Rappy though. That Rappy needs to back up. How did that... Whatever. I'm not gonna think about it. Just dying. Let's see. Once we're done with this quest, we'll move on to probably Point of Disaster. I don't remember. Is it weak to lightning or fire? I think the answer is both. But for phase 2/3, might be lightning. It's definitely ice for all the other ones. Yeah, Point of Disaster is like a shorter quest. People would run it to do for the rare boss, from my understanding. We're getting a guaranteed chambered in unless it ranks up. Oh my god, the fireballs, no! Oh my gosh, stop it! Oh, help me from the Babuda army. This is ridiculous. I was in stunlock for like at least 3 seconds. Stop that. Okay, good. The Babuda army has been tamed. I can play the game again. They were like in perfect sync of alternating fireballs. All I could do was like step forward a frame and take damage. So only 1 frame allowed to heal. That's it. Which is why I always carry healing items with me for when I get stunlocked like that. I guess in a sense it's not a true stunlock, but there's no other action I could do other than consume items. So it's pretty bad. They're too far apart. Oh, never mind. The other one politely dive bomb into the death area. I'm gonna put a fireball out to dissuade the Dwarfons in the next wave. Nice. Oh, it's only 1 Dwarfon in this wave. Oh, I thought it was 2 for some reason. Oh well. I mean, it doesn't change my strategy. Nice, finally leveled up. That 2 defense actually will matter, because I'm taking a bazillion from crits. Oh no. I'll play the song. I'll play the song. I can't resist it. Very thematically appropriate, of course. Sometimes the music just bring a little bit of joy in the randomness. I'm gonna be married to the Dwarfon that's about to murder me instantly. It's gonna emphasize till death do us part in particular. Oh no. Oh, they gave me Mag Blast. Interesting. I mean, our other Mag Blast hasn't worn off yet. But it's interesting I took so much damage that I got Mag Blast back again. Which is probably for the best, because that means Chris can Mag Blast the Marissa wave. So I'm assuming he pretty much has it already as well. Oh, Photon Drop, nice. I'm sorry, did I die at full health again? Excuse me. Excuse me. That was rude? I literally died at 911 health. Not fair. Well, so much for my Mag Blast. I really almost want to replay of what happened there. Was there like a laser in with the charger? I only got charged by one enemy, but I still died. Charge should not be able to crit, so I don't know what happened there. Genuinely curious. I might go clip that later. I'll just call it like PSO works in mysterious ways. Anyway, at least I should be able to finish off the Dwarfons here. And I'm gonna assume if Chris didn't have Mag Blast before, he has it now. Dwarfons mean serious business. I'm actually doing pretty well in terms of fluids. I still have 6 tries. So I just need to get through with 3 tri-fluids, 6 di-fluids, and 6 mono-fluids. I could maybe do that. I'll still need like 1 or 2 tri-fluids to drop at some point, but I've been at much worse TP totals in multiplayer with this character and still pass this quest. Alright, so we're gonna just basically Mag Blast the Marissa wave. So I'll just let Chris come in. I'll buff him in case it calculates attack before. And I'll put like 1 fireball out there. Chris can initiate, I'll just activate. Alright, fireball clipped 1 of them for damage. Oh, I was mashed to the button like I was gonna spellcast. Oops. I'm gonna full heal Chris just in case. Marissa's do whatever they want. Oh, I am so ready to die to Dirtibulu with this character, by the way. I'm so ready. This character is definitely gonna get mauled. I really wish I had like an ignition cloak or something. It would speed this up significantly. So I'm gonna walk forward. I'll be the sacrificial lamb. It really does not matter if I lose my D-band. It really doesn't matter. Okay, okay. If they're gonna perfect stun lock me, stop that. Stop that. Okay, there we go. Chill out. This will give Chris all the opportunity he needs. Oh, I'm stun locking 2 at once. Oh, now there's just 1. I'll just stun lock by this. This is fine. That actually felt good. Look at the skill. I managed to not take like 6 million damage and die. Oh, that is unfortunate. That might kill me. Oh, nope. Not punished. See, that was one of those moments where I wouldn't even blame the game. Like, I was casting Gafoe on spawn. Like, they could have hit me from the spawn start. And that was definitely player error. Then I get killed by Dorfon, and I'm like, why? What did I do? What cheaters? I don't think I'll get enough XP to level again. But on the plus side, when inevitably it moves to XP up, we should be good to go. Also, I did pick up a Tri-Fluid here, so that's a good sign. One Tri-Fluid a room should cover me. Oh, that laser damage though. Wow. Mag invincibility? No mag invincibility being reduced to 10? Whatever. Unlucky, chat. Actually unlucky. There we go. Stunlocking the Zeus, froze the Goran. Gives Chris a big opportunity to do whatever he wants. Surprisingly, no scape dolls have dropped for me. Normally the game is actually like fairly kind when it comes to those. But today, it's like, no. Thou shalt perish. I think I'm dead here. The Maristas have spawned in a very unfortunate spot. Oh no, Gardevoodoo dead. Come on, I think I'm good then. I'm gonna pause trick to try to dodge. You know what? That was the best dodging I think I've done in a while. Unfortunately, they wedged me against the wall, but it should give me Mag Blast. Good, I Mag Blast. So if nothing else, I could just reapply Chris's... That's crazy. We have 3 minutes of buff left and I still got another Mag Blast. This character is so good in multiplayer. Not for damage, as I said before. If all you're thinking about is damage, other characters are better, but the fact that I got Mag Blast back already is just so silly. It shows how much damage I'm taking from these enemies when I'm getting bullied. Ooh, one of them didn't get debuffed. Unfortunate. Which one? Oh, they're strong enough to knock me down always. That's not good. Well, it's all up to Chris. I'm in the attack loop. Seriously. Oh, there we go. I finally got the debuff. I'm just being the party tank right now. Don't worry about it. I am getting straight up bullied. Alright. Do I get to play the game? Yes, no? Nope. I apparently didn't get, like, PSO Premium. I didn't get the privilege of playing the game. There we go. I think that was my first non-healing spell. The entire wave. There we go. Oh, unfortunate. That actually probably should have killed me. I wouldn't have blamed the game there if it killed me. I didn't realize the one behind me was using triple fireball, which, as we discussed on the previous session, doesn't give the proper amount of iframes, so more often than not, you'll take the fireball damage and the knockdown, where if it was 2 people going for knockdown, normally just 1 knockdown occurs. So you end up getting blitzed for damage. Speaking of blitzed for damage, holy... That rappy damage, get away from me. Really need to pick up healing items, if any exist. Oh no. Oh, I was wondering why there's a Rappy alive. Just the power of desync. Uh-oh, I'm getting unlucky. Getting unlucky. Oh, really unlucky. Really unlucky. Maximum unlucky. I'm between both of them. That's not where I want to be. There we go. At least that was a good decoy. Although I have to kill that Rappy on my screen at some point, which currently is really trying to kill Chris. It's not succeeding, but it's believing. Oh, I made it retreat. Okay, there we go. That works. Primate for healing, not too bad. No fluids, though. That's gonna be a little rough in the next area. We're really hoping a few drop by the end. Doing Mag Blast again, but it is Gerda Blue. Or no, it's you first. I'm on. Wrong room. I love how my choices are fight the enemy that's in front of me or the one in the wall. Oh, finally escape doll drop. That'll help me for later. Can have a strategic death in the future. That's like a tri-fluid. If Chris wants to, he could probably use it here. Although he needs to be fast if he's gonna use it. Ow. So yeah. Oh, Mag blasted up. Ooh, the suction effect. Oh no! You were way too slow. Way too slow. I got shocked. Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, you needed to use it when I was not being sucked in. Unfortunate. I'm actually in big trouble here. This might kill me. Oh no, I got out. I'm good. It's okay. Just if I'm in the suction, I'm like, no way. Do I get to play the game? I thought he was gonna freeze me, but no, I got lightning bolted. It's a little bit of bad luck there. Speaking of bad luck, this satellite lizard die, please. Oh, that almost killed me. Fortunately, I am really good at wiggling out of freeze. So that did not manage to kill me. Marissa double A, why are you in the game? Get out of here. Alright, I need to get Mag Blast back. I'm just gonna use it at some point. I'm basically gonna heal in the Mag Blast, because why not? I think the Brownie staff actually has decent attack power from what I remember. So it might actually kill something. But I have died a lot. Yeah, I have died a lot. I'll take it though. Now I can start regaining meter. Ophiel sees, but no hit bonus. Kind of sad. That could have been an interesting drop. If any of those drop with like 30-something hit, you'd probably get a lot of it, or a lot of photon drops in the market. People like it as like a novelty item. Man, oh man, do I need one more level up to not get knocked down by stuff like that? Yeah, this character would not survive the boss of this area for sure. I need at least 1,000, I think, to survive. But it's okay, I'll be playing a stronger force soon enough. Uh oh. Forgot I was the Marissa wave. Getting low on TP again. I'm definitely gonna have to go back at some point. Because right now I'm down to 3 tri-fluids, which is not enough to beat the game. Or the quest, I mean. Don't want to escape doll though, so I'm gonna try really hard to not die here. But I'll probably. Oh no! No! Oh, the worst kind of enemy. Get away from me. Oh, not the shock. Oh, this is the worst pairing. There we go. Getting pulled back into the Goron Detonator is so deadly for this character. Their defense is so bad. If any of those had crit me, I would have died. It just would have been too much raw damage for this character to handle. Also, I'm at 80 Mag Blast already. Shows how much damage I'm taking from this. 90. I'm now at 90. Actually insane. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's gonna kill me. I got stuck in the Gapoe animation. That was my fault. Rest in peace, Scape Doll. Where was Mag Blast earlier? Who knows? Oh, this Mag Synchro is gonna be so bad. It might even literally be at 0. I died so many times in this quest. Which is like kind of worth it, but kind of not worth it. I mean, we got rares, but not the ones we're looking for. Game, please stop targeting only me with the Zoo Laser. Thank you. I'd like to be able to play the game. Oh, that Rappy was going in. Goodbye, satellite lizards. Uh-oh. As soon as they spawn, I was like, no way, I'm gonna get hit. Oh no! Stop that! No! No! Stop it! Thank you, Mag Invincibility. Jeez, where were you earlier? Alright, I get to play the game again. I was like, I'm getting hit by like 3 Goron Detonators. Like, how did Mag Invincibility not trigger until just then? Ridiculous. Alright, well, I'm gonna kill myself on the next wave. Although I do have Mag Blast. So I could buff you and then die at some point. I just need to die somewhere between now and the start of the next area. Lots of interesting items though. I'm gonna pick up these shields for selling. Oh, I missed the power material in the other room. Oops. Let's see. I'll get rid of my mana fluids and dye fluids just so I can pick up more to sell. But yeah, I think I'm gonna embrace death with Girder Bulu. Although, I guess I should at least kill the Girder Bulu. I do have Mag Blast. So if you want to benefit from Mag Blast, I'll do it. Because for me, it'd be a waste to not Mag Blast you, but I do want to die at some point. Because clearing enemies here just means less mana fluids I have to use, which I'm okay with. So as soon as this thing dies, just Mag Blast. Oh. Oh, maybe you don't have Mag Blast. Oh! There we go. Oh. Wow, I almost died via ricochet damage. That was crazy. I still might be dead here. But more importantly, I gave you the Mag Blast. That's all that matters. Yeah, I was gonna say. I didn't realize. I might be dead here. Oh, no, you actually killed the ones that would have hit me. Oh yeah, that's convenient. Freeze should actually let you hit them with your spread needle. I mean, I'm okay with this. luck material. Interesting. Uh-oh. Should still be okay. Fireball might kill one of them, yeah. Okay, I'm good. We'll tri-fluid it up. Nice. Found another tri-fluid. Oh, the Rappy's scattered. I didn't realize I hit them with Robarda. That wasn't my bad. I do want that luck material eventually. I don't even know where the... Oh, there's the other one. Ooh, that was a slow shakeout. I deserved to die on that one. I got lucky. Debuff them. Good. If I die, I'm just gonna accept death. Okay, there we go. I could die on the double Gertabulu here. Actually, it wouldn't be the worst thing. I definitely want to die to a Gertabulu wave and not like one of these waves. I gotta get a little more tri-fluid going. Yeah, I think if it's Gertabulu next, I'm just gonna embrace death. Kill the Zeus first, at least, though. I do not want to deal with them later. Because it's very easy to die to the Gertabulu. It's more annoying when the Zeus are here. Oh, okay. Well, I died regardless. I'm going back. Heck yeah, I want to return. Oh well, wanted to get a little further, but we'll take it. A field sees with dark percentage. I mean, I guess I could identify it. Oh, I got a brownie one with hit. Interesting. I think it's the first time I've ever seen it with hit. Roll negative on the hit. Try that again. Should be 25. I don't want to equip it now. No. Should be 25 dark as well. Okay. So I did pick up a whole bunch of armors to sell. This should be okay money-wise. Oh, I had a Gladius? Ooh, should have sold that earlier. Brutal. Ooh, I made negative profit so far. Ouch. I'm gonna have to sell more items later. That Gladius kind of cost me. I'm at 5% Mag Blast. Nice. Put that up to 11. Ooh. So I'll put away these items. I should level by the end again. I'll keep the Earth Wand in case people actually do want it. Oh, wrong bag. Oops. This is here. You go back and get that power material I missed earlier. I might even die again on purpose just to sell more items. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna die twice, but I'm gonna unequip my mags so I don't ruin my synchro. Oh my gosh, if I hit the wrong area, I would have been so tilted. There's a Gazond 29 somewhere. Interesting. There's the power material I missed. I mean, that's actually like a good rank Gazond. Oh, is Crystal fighting? Oh, he must... I saw him drop Escape Doll, so I thought he was putting Escape Dolls down to die. Whoops. I'll be there soon, Chris. I'm just picking up items. And then I'll probably die again, because I have maxed out items. Pick these up. Yeah, because I saw you leave one in the hallway. Oh, I got... Why am I stuck? That was weird. Why can't I... Why is the game lagging? Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna embrace death. Come on. There we go. I need to make money on this run. And then I'll be back. Equip my mag. Make my money back. I didn't get that Gazan though. I definitely want it. Before we go further. I mean, that's a... 29 is actually, like, legit an upgrade even for most players. It might even be an upgrade for this character. Let's see. Also, I think I sold the power material, which made me a little sad there. But oh well. It is what it is. It's not like I won't get a million more later. But okay, there we go. Went 67... Or, yeah, 67,000 in profit instead of minus 20,000. So, kind of good. Now we play for serious. Let's see. Mag is equipped. Antidotes, don't need those. There is a luck material I never picked up. That I have to make sure not to sell. That one's rare enough, it would actually be very annoying if I lost it. Oh, I can use that dye fluid to fix my TP. Nice. So dye mates are max, mono fluids are looking okay. Pick up an ultimate shield. Gonna buff Chris. Defense material, sure, I'll take one of those. Oh, I found the luck material. Oh, not the final wave. I really want that luck material, but not at the cost of my life. There we go. The threats have been eliminated. No, stop that. The free blue, stop that. There's the trap vision that I don't want. Where's the Gazan? It has to be in this room. Where? Oh, is it over here? I was like, where is it? Ridiculous. There we go. Oh, I've got Technicon. Let me take it off to see if this is an actual upgrade for me. It is not. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll restock since I'm here. I'll rebuff Chris. So much TP to regen. There we go. So I should level again before the end of the quest. So that's always nice. Again, this character really needs defense. The fact I'm still only using ultimate frame is so painful. Like, most of the armors I'd consider are like 120 plus to equip. So I'm still quite a ways away before I'm like a safe multiplayer clear with this character. That 60-something defense does actually make a huge difference with this character. Other characters, I would argue, defense is not as important. This character, no. Like, I actually will die repeatedly. The defense is just so bad. Almost killed their entire wave before they reached me. Interesting. Slow down the Yowies, do a little bit of damage to the Zoos. Speed things up for Chris. Hopefully Chris has been getting tons of XP. Probably could have gotten away with just a Ripoe there. Poor Zoo. Huh, I actually dodged that by walking forward? That's so rare. Oh boy. The detonators are really preventing me from doing things. Try to weaken the Maristas up a little more. Oops, there needs to be more in the center of the room. Only one retreated, that's not too bad. That damage though. Hello, Rappies. They really want to refill my PB today. Yeah, I think we have just enough time for me to do Point of Disaster, maybe Massive Attack. We'll see about TTF. I definitely need to be wrapping up in like 2-ish hours. And we still got a while to go with this pair. So I'm just... oh no. Okay. Try to hit the Rappy in case I drop materials. Just do a couple of Lobarders here. That should be enough. Okay. Did a decent job of Ripoe stacking for this wave. Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go. Chris is cleaning up. Not bad, not bad. The feeling when you Ripoe, but it just doesn't reach them in time. Yeah, the Zoos are semi-stun locked. I don't think they'll be able to do anything. I say as they move just out of range to prevent the stun lock. Obnoxious. Oh, just lone Girdabulu? Whatever. I'm kind of okay with him targeting me. I got my soul atomizers back up. Ultimate shield's worth a lot. About to level, interestingly. And I just got Mag Blast. Again, this character is crazy good at building Mag Blast. So I'll be able to restore a little bit of TP via Murder. Better than no TP regen. They made like 2 dive fluids worth. Not bad. Oh, the Maristas are coming. Nice try. Nice level up. 1 accuracy? Okay. Might eventually be able to use guns with this character. With Adapton. Oh no, I got stuck. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I can't revive you or debuff. Oh no! Come on! How did they crit kill me? Did I like not debuff exactly the one that hit me? Come on. That's just cheesy. Alright, this needs to stop. This is just obnoxious. No, they were debuffed. How did they kill me that quickly when I had buffs on? I don't understand. There wasn't even like a Zoo triple fireball, which is like the normal reason I died or stuff like that. Yeah, see, like they're knocking me over now. I don't know. Shenanigans, chat. Shenanigans. I don't know why this room is more tough than the other rooms, but got through it eventually, I guess. Take that dye fluid and that dry fluid, actually. Oh, or not. There we go. That tri fluid's worth it for sure. Knew that was gonna be a problem. Oh, come on, stupid birds. No, I got greedy. That was my fault. Rest in peace. Extra health is not helping me. They're still just doing way too much per hit. Unfortunate. I will take that scape doll though, or not. I'll take this. Uh-oh. I should have been paying attention to what wave it was. Alright, I was super dead, but I revived myself. Little known PSO mechanic. I don't know if people knew. Wow, that damage was insane. Holy. I'm not even giving it. I wasn't even given a chance to play the game there. This is bad. Unfortunately, I think Bullatina is just not tanky enough for this, and I'm dying instantly as well. Because unfortunately, there is a limit to how many targets you could debuff. So I missed one, and they just died instantly. We'll try to. Oh, I'm out of range. Alright, I finally got Mag Invincibility. I could deal with most of these enemies. There we go. Yeah, I think Bullatina is slightly too weak. I think when it's XP up, we'll not do this one for XP. I mean, it's good for you to get XP, but man, for sure. Some of these waves are just brutal without, like, optimized characters. Oh, and you have, like, the super shield. Wow, and they still did that much damage to you. That's crazy. I'm really curious what your defense is, which should be banned later. Because I was gonna say that's the man's best friend shield you have on your arm. I recognize that anywhere. It's the only reason the Ramar is even, like, remotely playable solo. We'll get through it, though. I think it'll take, like, another 20 minutes to clear the quest. Ooh. And now this character is the same level as the character that I wanted to do this to begin with. So, rip prepping the wrong character. I mean, I suppose I could always change my White Ill to Viridian and play with him now. Well, we'll see. Oh. This is what I was worried about. I'm stuck in the loop versus them. Yeah, GG. They still do too much. Even after 3 level ups equivalency, I still am getting destroyed by them. Man, my base defense is so bad. It's only 215. If it was like 300, this would not be happening. So once I do get that armor upgrade, I'm gonna feel so good. You have no idea. On the plus side, I did get Mag Blast again. Somebody reached level 200. Congratulations. Though this now famous hunter hunt is only just beginning. I haven't decided when I want to hit level 200. I've been holding off on that for a while. If I really wanted to, I would just be playing my Viridian Force the whole time. How? Oh. Did the one that, again, is the one that hit me the one that couldn't get debuffed due to target limits? If so, that is extremely lame. I'm dead, by the way. I swear, like, I feel like I'm just getting massively unlucky, or their stats are higher here compared to the previous 4. I haven't decided which is true. Unfortunately, Chris is on his own. Okay, I'm just gonna go back. Rest in peace, all of my synchro. Oh, out of moon. I'll go back in. I could have sold items, I guess, if I really wanted to. But it's fine, I just want to clear the quest. We'll move on to stronger characters, for sure. Alright, we're gonna do a little pause trick here. Oh, so close. Need to take like one more step. There's always one that dodges the debuff. Game, please. Please do not hit me with the debuff one. Or undebuffed one, I mean. Where is this Goron? Or is it on the other side of the room or something weird? No, it's near me. No, it's on the other side of the room. Okay, that's fine. I'll live with that. Oh, man. Ridiculous. I'm gonna lower their defense slightly. I know it's not optimal to use ice, but like I need a moment where I'm not being struck. There we go. Better. I'll heal the 2 of us. This is fine. Now I can tank for Chris. They are really just trying to ensure that I'm at max Photon Blast. I'm all the way up to 63. 65. Actually ridiculous. Oh, that Goron is not debuffed. Oh no, never mind. That one was. We did not trigger the other one in the room, I guess. Found a present? Nice. I've yet to find one. Rip me. Oh, I can actually stunlock the Goron with regular Foe. I didn't know that. Huh. The more you know, chat. Kind of a neat 1v1 tech, I guess. There we go. I mean, on the plus side, I have more than enough fluids for the next area. So that always works. Alright, now I'm just trolling them. I'm like lone Godervillu after those other waves. What a relief. I want something that doesn't do like 6 million damage to me. No. Disrespectful back turn kill on the Godervillu. No limiters from any of the Godervillus. Man, rare rate be damned, apparently. I was really hoping for one, because I think I only have 2 currently, and if I have a 3rd one, I can still level up all the existing ones that I have, but it'll just be more efficient. Might have to do some solo runs or something later. Although, I think by the time I go to play it again, unfortunately, it's not going to be available with the rare rate up. Unless Christmas itself gets the bonus. I don't know why I switched stats. Ooh. Could have moved a bit more. Last chance for V801. No, get wrecked apparently. Well, that's a shame. Man, oh man, am I really, really wishing I had better armor. I'm really feeling it right now. Damn. The only other one I think I can equip is... I think I can wear it now because I'm 115. But it doesn't have any slots. So it's like, how badly do I want to put slots on something I'm only going to wear for like 10 levels? The answer's not that badly. It is what it is. Oh, they're stuck together on my screen. They keep trying to turn into each other to get by each other. Nice. Getting some nice cheap hits on the zoos. Froze the other one. Makes Chris's life very easy. Refroze. Godlike. Oh, hello. I guess I'll just try to tank it for Chris. There we go. I contributed briefly. We should be coming up to the detonator wave. And that's the one that I respect. Maybe one more wave after this. So we'll get there eventually. I'm almost halfway to another level up already, which is kind of silly. Oh, V801 actually dropped? Wait a minute. Oh, my Christmas present. Oh my gosh. How long have I been grinding for this item? Oh my gosh. Don't you dare disconnect on me, game. I'm gonna be so mad if I can't pick this up. Get out of here, stupid divinity armor. Listen, I want this. There we go. Holy. Alright, I don't know if chat knows how long I've been trying to get this item. I have infamously terrible luck with this item. Like, no joke, I have played episode 4 for probably a collective 65 plus hours on just Pink ID, and I have never gotten one to drop, despite killing, I think, over 3,000 zoos. I feel like that's not an exaggeration. I was 0 for 3,000 on that drop rate. And then we finally got it. Oh my gosh. Okay, finally, Christmas Fiasco pays off. I was hoping for a limiter, but you know what? That is the other rare I was seeking. If I get Slicer or Fanatic with it, I mean, that also would have counted. Yeah, I'm gonna eat the... Oh, I didn't mean to eat the Trifluid. I was gonna say eat the Trifluids. Alright, so I'm gonna respect the wave. I'm gonna hide over here. I do not want to deal with the enemies. Alright, I don't want this character to have the V801. I might leave it floating. Oh, no. I might leave it floating. But yeah, that'll be a big deal on the males in particular. Like, when we're doing things like TTF and I'm not able to stun loop with Excalibur, now I can. With, like, the Fomar, for example. And that actually makes a huge difference. I'm sorry, did the Marissa do 918 damage and one-shot me? Did that really just happen? I just died from full health. Can the body slam crit or something? I don't understand. I'm gonna go with I really don't understand what happened there. I don't even think I saw another thing attack me. It just killed me. I can't see anything on my screen. I only see the door. Okay, there we go. But I held fast there. That's all that matters. I believed in the random freeze percentage, and that let us kind of recover. So Rabarda is showing why I think it's probably one of the better spells in the game. Because if I had used any other spell there, I think it would have died. Goodbye, Zoo. Sorry, Rappy. I really don't want to deal with you. Let me get rid of some dye fluids so we can hold items later. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. You must be slightly too close. There we go. I mean, like, I'll kill them eventually. I have enough Cry Fluid. Are they in range of my debuff? They are. Nice. That'll speed things up a little bit. Ooh, they're not in range of my other things, though. If I'm here, are they... Okay, now they're in debuff range. Nice. That'll help Chris get the final shot on them. Nice. Last chance for Limiter. Come on, Limiter. Come on. Oh, no Limiter. Unfortunate. Chris is like, okay, let me bring in a level 80 character. I want more challenge. They're like, can you not bring in your wands next time? You're doing too much damage. So, wow, 42% of the next level. So I gained 2 and nearly and a half levels of XP. And that's without any XP multipliers. To give you an idea how silly episode 4 is. So, okay, I'm pretty happy about this. The first good haul in 3 sessions for me. I don't really care about getting photon drops, but this is pretty good. So when equipped, this unit decreases technique casting time. It also increases MST by 5. More importantly, it cuts down on the speed of techniques. So having a lot of these is pretty good for me, because I have a lot of forces. Also, why did I put the Gazond in there? This character should probably have it. Demon's Ray Gun with 35 hit. If that was 40 hit, I would have taken it. I actually don't need it then. I have 250 hits. But I'll junk it, I guess. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna sell it. I hope I did not just sell the luck material. I feel like I did. Annoying. I need to sort before I sell, because sometimes I do forget, especially when we're in long battles like that. But how many luck materials am I at in general? 73? Okay, that's still good enough to give away. Okay. So I'll guess I'll collect the coal, which I forgot to do first. I have enough for an ultimate present. So we're probably gonna do a Point of Disaster, which I think is mostly surface enemies, but then you have to fight the boss, Chamberlain. So I'll be playing a much stronger force for sure. So that'll kind of even out things a little bit. Yeah, let us know what the present is at some point. Oh, he got another paint? That's brutal. Okay. I just want to see the enemy count in Point of Disaster, because I have not played it in so long. What is the most common enemy there other than Chamberlain? Zoos, Dorphons. What's the total count? Okay. 50 Rappies, 50 Satellite Lizards, 31 Yowies, 31 Astarks, 20 Zoos. So it's another kind of zoo run. I mean, there's 9 Dorphons, which is also not bad, don't get me wrong. I'm now deciding what I want to do. Do I just bring in Viridian ID? I feel like I do. There's only one Girderbulu, though. Yeah, I'll bring in my Viridian. Time to power up. I'm bringing in a serious character. Although, I have to see what ID my other female force is, as a reminder. Was she still in orange? She was. Or do I go for green? That's actually a good question. 1 second, I want to verify the latest drop charts. So there we go, goal of the stream accomplished. I got one of the many rares that I'm looking for. Yeah, V101 from Zoo would be kind of huge. I think I care about the underground stuff as much. Yeah, let's do my green ID actually instead. V101 is always good, might as well. Since the luck is here. You're bringing in not Bullatina, you can bring in whoever you want. This character will be much stronger, I promise you. Oh, this character actually has realistic chance of leveling? Interesting. Ooh, so if I get rid of the Centurion ability, I could do that. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Game is created. This character actually will level up in this quest. Madness. So they're bringing in every item like I'm playing TTF, which I'm okay with. I mean, Ignition Cloak on a Bomar should be fine. I don't normally like bringing them into Episode 4 compared to the other classes. But with this V801, maybe I'll change my mind on it. I have a spare adept in my share bag. Keep that in mind. Oh, I'm actually only 5 MST from capping MST. That's interesting. So this character is pretty much set up for life then. Alright, now the question is, where is it? Is it extermination? It is. Destroy the giant creatures amassing below the meteor site. You know what? I'll read the quest dialogue, since this was an original quest for PSO. Eliminate all the giant creatures that are infesting the meteor impact site. Asterisk. Only members of your team can accept this quest. Unfortunately, Chris is a member of the team, so he's able to join in. I've been waiting for you, Nidra. We have a very special task in mind for you here. When you go to the crater, the center of the meteor impact, Captain Leo of Works had been conducting maneuvers down there. But now we've heard the impact site is overrun with gigantic monsters. We need a team of elite hunters to deal with this. That's why we've asked you. Neither the principal nor the lab are aware of this operation, however. Furthermore, we don't expect Works to provide any help either. It's only a matter of time before the others discover us. We need to make it into the crater before they find out. We know you're ready for this. Good luck. Hopefully it's not a time limit quest. I don't like the way they frame that. I got rid of my Cure Freeze for faster casts. Oh, it is a time limit quest. Brutal. Would explain why there's not like a huge amount of enemies. Well, on the plus side, I now have V801 plus Ignition Cloak. So this should go much faster. Oh, I missed with my melee. So I'm gonna just kill it for free. What's this guy doing over here? So it's just saying we need a team teleport to go there. Okay. I don't think it was important to talk to him. Keep that in mind in the future. Yeah, normally I really don't like doing time limit quests, but I guess since I'm a high enough level, I could actually do it, maybe. I just hope the actual boss fight isn't time limited, but it probably is. Because that's gonna take like 10 minutes by itself. Well, more like 8, but still. Well, good thing, as I said before, we brought in a character that's pretty efficient at cleanup. Nice. It made the gate sound effect, but I didn't see anything actually open up. Speaking of which, I'm just gonna zap the Rappy just to speed this up a little bit. Oh, there's actually traps here? Gross. I'm shaking my head, chat. Well, I think I see why I don't normally do Point of Disaster. As I said before, I am really not a fan of time limit quests. I like to take my time with them. I mean, fortunately, I feel like we're clearing at a decent pace. But where are these other Buddhas at? Goodbye, Dorfon. Mine material? Sure, I'll pick that up. The Stark is stuck on a rock on my screen. That's awkward.
This one is special.
This one is special. Here's the two from earlier. Oh, what the heck? More V101 chances, I guess. Oh, there's a door up here. Or is that where we came from? I don't remember. I'm already lost at a time limit quest. Episode 4, please. Where do you want me to go? You want me to go... There wasn't a switch over there, right? I see, like, the laser gate, but I didn't see a way to interact with it at all. Is there, like, a switch over here or something? Oh, there's 2 switches? Oh. Okay, I'll step on one. Did that get rid of the laser gate? I'm also, if those switches destroy a laser gate. No, they don't. So what was the purpose of that? Okay, well, I'm not any closer to understanding what the game wants me to do. We're on a time limit. I'll keep bringing that up, because time limits piss me off. Sorry, chat. They really do. Like, this is the exact scenario where I feel, like, stressed in a game where I just want to have fun. Where I'm just like, I don't know what it wants me to do. There's 2 more switches over here. There's a warp. Were we supposed to go over here for the warp? Alright, I'm going straight across. Maybe this opened up when we killed all the waves. Maybe. Okay, brought me to a new area. That's promising. So I just went in a straight line past the stuff on the right. Yeah, that seemed to have spawned enemies. I don't know what the switches are for. I'm just gonna ignore them. I thought they got rid of multiplayer switches if those are used to unlock, like, rare secrets only. Because they got rid of those in a lot of the other quests. Which would pretty much annoy me if that's the case. Because that was a mechanic I did not like in PSO by itself. Because I could almost never, ever open the doors. Since I rarely play with 4 people. Also, did I not bring any dye fluids? Ooh. Unfortunate if that's true. Okay. Yeah, that was like a solid minute and a half of just not knowing where to go. So again, from like a quest clarity standpoint, I also really don't like this quest. I feel like if there were enemies on both sides, I feel like the natural progression would be to want to go to the middle. But that's not where we had to go to get progress. So it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'll blame original Sega team for that. It's pretty terrible. But on the plus side, I see a warp to another area. It took us 10 minutes to do it, so in theory, we're on pace if we could get there in a minute. Otherwise, I think we're behind. Oh, Chris is out of range. Alright, so it opened up a side area. There's chests there. I will briefly see if there's anything worth it in the chests. And then I'm gonna go to the next area. No. If it's just armor, I'm not going for it. It's a time limit quest. I was looking for materials. I would take materials and photon drops and nothing else. Heal Chris. Buff Chris. Yeah, we can't afford to be like greedy for it, so I just like lightninged it from a distance. Alright, so this should presumably lead almost straight to the boss. So we're hoping the enemies spawn in greater numbers here. So I don't feel like we've killed 50 of anything yet. Okay. Game is luring us over here, sure. I'm gonna make the Rappies run, just so we spend less time killing them. Man, they are so far from me. Traps? Ew. Stop that. Alright, Chris is fighting the lizards. I'm gonna fight the rappies. Nice. Dwarf on somewhere. There we go. Bringer's rifle him, but I might as well as Grants at this point. I'm not gonna get greedy if I don't see the HP material. Oh, it was right there. I was gonna say, if I don't see it, we're just gonna keep going. Already at the next area, that's a good sign. Well, I'm gonna go towards it. I'm gonna ignore any switches, I don't care. So hello, teleporter. Subterranean Desert 3, that's a good sign, because we have to beat Girdabulu at some point. Always like this room. I wish this room was in more quests, the ribcage room. Uh-oh. Doing some damage. I still don't understand... Well, it was only 30 zoos. Oh no, we did kill a handful already. Unless some are in bonus areas only, in which case that's kind of sad. Move a little further into the room. Oh, there were more than one zoo. Oops. There we go. I'm sort of getting stun locks on them. I'm sure the freeze is helping Chris out quite a bit, since he no longer has to worry about all that nonsense. How did that not kill? Oh well, this should kill. Rebuff Chris. There's 2 different doors we could take. I don't know if it matters which one we do. Power material, and I'm not going back for it. Oh, that is a very rude spawn point. I got trapped. Brutal. I'm apparently blocking like a god. I'm really surprised none of them hit me. The feeling Girdabulu is probably guarding the boss door. I'm hoping there's only like 1 or 2 more rooms before the boss, or else I fear our boss clear time. What a bad spawn location. Oh, and it's just like classic episode 4 to put traps on the edge. Brutal. I can at least... Oh, I was out of TP. I was wondering what was happening. If it's V101, I'll go back for it. If it's anything else, I'm not going back for whatever it drops. Didn't drop anything. Oh, I paused slightly too long. Lost my loot. Like how it says the... Oh, the door didn't spawn correctly. I was wondering what was happening there. Alright, so I still don't know which way is the right way. I'm hoping we're going the right way. That's promising. I see the boss chamber. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad then. I was worried we'd have to go through like 2 more rooms, but 13 minutes for the boss isn't terrible. So I presumably just talk to this guy and he activates the ward. Okay. Actually, wasn't too bad then. That wasn't too bad. I was worried, as I said before, we'd have to go through like a more formal clear. So I'm not sure where the Gerda-Bulu was. I'll let Chris go first. Is it Fireball and Sheridan Spinners? I don't remember. It's been a while. It is Thunder. Wow, instantly stunned it. Ooh, barely got it. The downside of Slicer Fanatic is it can't hit all of its cores at once. So it actually could be pretty detrimental there. Oh, and the timer pause too. Okay, that is much better. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay. I don't feel as bad about the quest now. I was worried, you know, we'd have to go through like a serious clear. We never found the Gerda-Bulu. Let's listen to the quest. Or like the number of zoos. I guess those are just optional areas. Also, there's nothing to hide behind here. Interesting. On the plus side, I destroy this boss with my Gazan stacks. I can't believe your Slicer actually hit that far down. That was silly. I guess if all you're trying to do is farm rare boss, this is probably the best quest for it. On my screen, I have no idea how you got hit. Literally it wasn't attacking at all. That is some impressive desync if that hit you. Showing the power of the Gazan. I'm basically full screen and don't care. Oh, not sure where I was targeting there. Wow, that was a fast boss kill. Okay. Got 777 Meseta. I am gonna be so broke after this quest. Yeah, fast kill. How much XP was this worth? Currently 51,000. But with this kill, how much? 112,000. That actually did not level me, unfortunately. That was close, though. I mean, I'll pick up anything to sell. Why, hello there. 6,000 Meseta, I'll pick you up. I feel like all boss Meseta drops should be doubled what they are currently. Like, it really doesn't make sense how little they drop. How am I kept on items? Am I holding that many weapons? That's crazy. I guess I'll get rid of the star atomizers. A 45 Seas Gladius. Unfortunate. I'll probably do one more quest with this character. That went much faster than anticipated. So I guess the time limit is not really an issue, which is good. There are quests I've played where it is a huge issue, in particular the other extermination quests. I feel like in single player, like sometimes I have like literally a minute left on like really good characters, and I'm like, wow, this is really hard to do solo. But fortunately it wasn't the case there. Get my souls equipped. Nice. Yeah, that had a lot of leniency. Again, I was worried we were going to be put through a marathon in the final room, but we didn't even fight anything in the final room, which was crazy to me. I thought we were going to fight, like, I don't know, like, double or triple Zoo, Gertabulu, double Marissa or something as, like, the final wave. You've done it, even works combat units impressed. Also, we detected something after your skirmish down there. Seems the photon levels increase in your area. Perhaps the fighting itself is causing photon-based mutations. But why these new monsters are appearing, at any rate, good work. Our crew's now get to the crater. So tell no one what occurred. You cleared the quest. Okay. 20,000 Meseta. Not bad for how quick it was. I guess we'll just immediately do another episode 4. Forget, is the green ID that gets Cannon Rouge? It is. So if we, for whatever reason, see Dwarfon and Claire, maybe we'll finally get a Cannon Rouge that's usable. I might as well level up this character. I think the Fomar is finally getting to the point where I'm enjoying them, because I feel like, honestly, of all the characters, they felt so bad at, like, 120. Like, the Fomar all felt fine in single player, but man, the Fomar just felt terrible. But I'm feeling kind of the opposite right now. I'm feeling like they're pretty good. We want to do this one. So decent chance of Dwarfon and Zeus. Maybe we'll get V101. And this quest gives tickets, which is ridiculous. This has to be the best quest in the game. Like, people talk about TTF, but this quest is like legit so unfair broken. The XP is amazing. The monster spawns are amazing. You get a chance at a boss rare. You get guaranteed tickets, which randomly give you money or materials. One of the only ways to get TP material in the game. Like, it's just so good. It's like, it didn't have to give us tickets, but it did anyway, for some reason. So some of them are gonna run here, not much I'm gonna worry about. Fun. Wow, look at that damage that they're taking. I think the whole front row is dead here. Yeah. Actually, I should just ask around belt these. Much faster. I have to remember, this character is like actually good at melee after playing like the Podu role. I didn't get the Bringer's rifle shot. I'm just making sure they don't go out of bounds. Although I think that one just did. Oh, there we go. You're in bounds, now you have permission to die. Goodbye. I think with Ignition Cloak, it's still worth it me doing this over melee attacks. Because I have the wand and the natural character stats. Like, I probably should take advantage of how good this character's combo is. Now these enemies, on the other hand, they deserve to get Asteron belted. I think we're Asteron broing it up. I'll heal Chris. Bring out my Bringer's Rifle, because why not? 106% chance of landing it, still misses. Brutal. Shake your head, chat. Life is unfair. Enemy evasiveness while moving, actually OP. Oh, I tried going for the greedy special there. It's not rewarded. Oh yeah, seriously? How am I not landing any of these? Game, please. There we go. I'm definitely shaking my head. I missed every 106% chance of hitting. Come on. What are the odds, chat? Missing like 6 of those in a row. I mean, like, statistically, it shouldn't be possible. But, I guess if you include the 3/4 chance. Because normally, like, even if the special doesn't work, I think it damages. So I think I just straight up missed versus, like, the special not landing. So some shenanigans were going on for sure. Uh-oh, I'm getting stun locked. Try this again. I don't know why I was using special there. That wasn't my bad. So I should level up somewhere in the next couple of waves. Throws the other one, makes an easy target for Chris. Chris mows them down, easy peasy. Nice, a dive bomb back into bounds. You love to see it. Oh, I did the buffered Rabarda, so the frame they're able to be hit, they got frozen. Nice. Really? He went for the run-up confused? I haven't seen that in so long. What a god. I got outplayed, chat. Just legit outplayed. Speaking of which, I just leveled. 3 attack, 2 defense, 5 MST. So now I'm capped MST with certain items. 3 extra attack is kind of nice. Almost at 1,000 ATP. So again, this character's usefulness is going up by a significant margin. 468 base defense is huge. Take that amount of fluid, actually. What's it? Wall of Astarks and Zoo? Was that this way? Oh, it's Sand Rockies first. Again, this just makes TTF easier, for sure. Oh, yeah, my screen, the Rappies were still fighting Chris. They're going in with a vengeance. Somebody found Daylight Scar. I'm still grossed out people do runs for that weapon. I don't know. Like, it's like, maybe I'd use it on the Ramar or the Humar, and that's literally it. Actually, can the Ramar even use that? Wait a minute. Well, hello, Lantos, hope you're doing well. Never thought I'd see someone play PSO on Twitch, but in 2022, especially for Christmas Eve. Oh yeah, we're relaxing before we go into other kinds of games. I decided I didn't want to start up one where we went further. Unfortunately, I'm getting a very untimely phone call, so I'm gonna have to leave this room. I don't know what family is calling me for. It's not 1 o'clock yet. 1 second. Be right back. Also, enjoy the glitch. Sorry about that, chat. Family was calling to say apparently their car doors are frozen, so they're not able to drive down. So family plans are canceled, apparently. For those not aware, there was a big blizzard that happened yesterday. It dropped to minus 15 degrees Celsius, or roughly 8 degrees or so Fahrenheit. So I'm on my own for food today. Both a good and a bad thing. It extends our playtime with PSO, potentially. But it would have been nice to see them. I was gonna say, meanwhile, Australia going into core meltdown temperatures. But anyway. Can't stay for too long, just killing time. We'll wait for closer in mind to play together. What are you playing together? PSO or something else? But I'm glad I can make your day. We do like to play PSO on special holidays. Out here, it's not even freezing anymore. Oh, for me, it is super cold. I think it is maybe 28 degrees at best. Neo 2 today. Interesting choice. I have heard, and I've seen a couple people play it. I like one of the songs in particular from that game, but I don't want to mention where it is in case if you haven't played the game before. But hopefully that'll end up being pretty fun. I know people can end up doing like the new game loops. Not one for story in games. Well, I'll put it this way. It plays when you encounter Nagamasa. A 30 defense Blackhound Kerasis. I got actually a perfect roll cast armor. Welcome, Try. Merry Christmas. Over here we celebrate on the 24th. It is so funny that you say that, Try. I was just having a conversation with somebody the other day. And they were trying to tell me it was Christmas on the 24th. I'm like, do you mean Christmas Eve? And they're like, no, we exchange presents on Saturday. And I'm like, well, but that's still Christmas Eve, right? I'm like, for Chris, it's literally Christmas. Let you know when you think about when you get there. Hopefully you have fun. I think I saw people playing with like the sickle, but the sickle on the chain, I mean. So you have to let us know what your favorite weapons were and what you think of it later. I think at some point somebody had asked me if I wanted to play it on stream. I'm not sure how I'd feel about playing that kind of game, but I am curious what people think of it. This Origama then? Thank you, I couldn't remember the name. That looks correct to me. Played the Adachi and the gloves. Nice, good choice. Yeah, it's like some of them, like, I recognize them, but it's like, I'm so bad with names. If I happen to play a lot of games with the characters, I'll remember the names, like Nagamasa Sai or Sai Nagamasa. It really depends on how you view whether to read the clan name first or not, I suppose. It really depends, East versus West, but... yeah, that was a good song, I will say, that plays in that boss fight. Ooh, the micro steps to dodge the melee moves. Hopefully you're doing well today, Try. We got some certain news for you later. This Origami is the weapon with the chain? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, to me, I can't say I've played something kind of like a cross between... I guess the easiest way to put it is like Dynasty Warriors and a Souls-like. I don't know how I'd feel about it. Like going for big hits? Sounds good. I don't know how easy it is to parry in that kind of game. It was chill, just a small gathering today and bigger ones coming up. I'm gonna be so tired of Christmas food very soon. Well, that's unfortunate. Where did my item go? There we go. Yeah, the combo system reminded me of something that I would see in Dynasty Warriors. But it has a very extensive, like, skill tree, from what I recall. Weapon specialization. A bit quicker. Yeah, I think I talked about this before. I'm not a fan of, like, really slow combat, but I don't like it going hyperspeed either. Like, PSO, the one we're playing right now, is probably about as slow as I'd want it to go. So, we'll see. I'll think about it. Oh, I still have my staff equipped. That's convenient. But, oh yeah, we're just enjoying the different Christmas events. We did a Christmas Fiasco earlier. Although, some of those are, backstarts are invisible. I'm so sorry. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta do my job and actually buff you. But yeah, it's been interesting. I like episode 4 probably the most for most characters. I would say I'm not, like, really thrilled to bring my hunters here, as I do feel like they're good at the above ground stuff, but I feel so bad when I go below ground with them. And I feel like the inverse with rangers, where I don't like the above ground, but I love the below ground. Don't have 5 arms like a Korean MOBA player. Definitely the action per minute for me is not great. If it's like simple buttons being pressed quickly in a sequence with accuracy, I'm fine with that. But if it's like a whole bunch of really complicated inputs and then do that, not so strong. So it's like I do play fighting games from time to time. I prefer like an arcade stick since I can, you know, feel the diagonals with things like the octagonal gates. So like I have like some finesse with it. I'm not just wildly flailing buttons when I play, because I know some people are just like, they're trying to jam it in like they're typing on a typewriter, and I'm like, listen, I'm like, be nice to the controller. The game can only take so many inputs a second. Never tried an arcade stick? It depends on the game type. I actually find them pretty useful for PS1 games on occasion, just because there is no concept of the dual stick on a lot of those games. But for fighting games in particular, it's been pretty good. Yeah, it makes like a huge difference. Like where I would say the advantage would be for controller over something like that is it's much easier to do 360 motions. So if you're playing like a Zangief kind of character, I actually prefer to just use the control pad. But if I'm playing somebody that has like a lot of Z inputs, oh, nice level up, Chris, by the way. Or charge characters that rely off of holding in the diagonal, like if I'm playing like a Claw or Vega in Street Fighter, I like the cleanness of the input. I cannot understate how much better it is. You need to find another red rank. Well, Chris, we could just do a TTF run. I'm not opposed to that. I mean, it is rare up. This would be the chance to do it. Okay, you need to try something. Yeah, like if the game only has one control stick, like honestly, it feels super clean. Like, I'll give an example of like a classic game that we play on the stream, Soten. I think I should probably learn to play Soten on an arcade stick. This is not like the control sticks do anything by default. It would help with my wing smash inputs, where you go from down to back to down to forward. Or up, back, down, forward, I mean. Uh-oh, tell me. What am I gonna tell you? Oh, I finally got Mag Blast. That took forever. As I said before, I love to chat and play. So even though I'm doing crazy things on the screen, I'm like, listen, 90% of PSO at this point is muscle memory. So if I say, following along, although I missed the rappies. If they say Siegfried or Nightmare, I think Soul Calibur. I played Soul Blade on PS1, and that's where I played as Siegfried. I've played those games. I haven't played some of the newer Soul Caliburs. Like, I think I literally only played up till like Soul Calibur 2, where you had like the console exclusives. You hype me? It's good. I love those games. I remember playing Link on the GameCube or Heihachi on PS2. And then I think it was Spawn on Xbox, who I also played as because I owned all versions of that game. I was very bored. It's gonna make it kind of hard to bring it to rifle. Soul Calibur 3 is your favorite fighting game? Killer Instinct on the SNES is your go-to. Interesting. I never actually played it on SNES. I played it when they did the re-release briefly at somebody else's house because I don't own the console. Oh, yeah, I definitely think the big appeal for Soul Calibur in the later games in particular is to just create your own character. Yeah, Killer Instinct I think mostly still holds up. Though the new one is pretty solid. But yeah, who did you play as in Soul Calibur? This is plural. Is that, I know it changes per game. Potentially. Okay, let's fix that. You know, even though I paused earlier, we're not making bad time on this quest, I have to say. Just let me know when you want to Mag Blast, by the way. I'm good whenever. Playing a lot of Cervantes. It's funny that you say that, because he was definitely the character. Oh, I forgot to do the minute. Oh no, I'm still good. I got it. I got it anyway. Look, the chat. I was looking at the chat and I'm like, oh wait, it's the minute room I talked about in the previous rooms. Photon Blast after Zoo, sure. Cervantes, I had a lot of fun. I spammed his not so fast, not so fast. I was thinking about if I wanted that voice clip on the stream. Oh man, his little counter and then his little teleport charge thing. It's quite fun. I think it was in 3 where he could start charging up the bullet on his gun. I had a lot of fun. I was playing very cheesy stuff with him. I got to the point with that, or at least I got to the point in 2, where I decided, you know what, we're just gonna play on max AI, just to see if I can even beat the game like this. And then it ended up just devolving into Parry Wars. I remember fighting Ivy, and I was like, oh my gosh, she just did 6 parries to me in a row? I'm like, stop that. Stop guard impacting me. It's annoying. Like, we would just guard impact the guard impact of the guard impact of the guard impact. And I'm like, listen, Ivy. I'm gonna be here until one of us drops it. Oh yeah, see, exactly, it would tilt people. Just go, not so fast. He says it with like the slight voice too. I'm like, I don't remember the move names because I almost never opened up the move list, but I know people that play the character know what I'm talking about. That's proof I'm the Soul Calibur player. Not like a pro player, but I played it. Also like the Zanzamel, but didn't have the same energy to it. Is Zanzamel the, is he the Scythe wielder? I'm not as familiar with some of the more recent ones. As I said before, I very briefly played 3, I think. Oh, okay. Good call then, good call. Let's switch over to Ice Staff. But yeah, tons and tons of fun. But now in 6, I can't play anyone other than Yoshimitsu. Oh, he's definitely a troll character, for sure. Disrespect them with the poison breath. Or dodging sideways and then immediately meditating for health. You're like, oh, you're just gonna let me go? Okay, well that was a mistake on your part, opponent. Oh yeah, the suicide move. He has that in 2 as well. Killing with it is something else. Oh, is it only 50% in the later games? I feel like in 2 it was like he did so much damage to himself. I don't feel like it was 50%. Maybe they balanced it more in 6. Oh no, don't worry. I don't know too much about 6 in general, so you could be 100% right with 6. I feel like in the older games, I feel like it did like 3/4 to yourself or something silly. It can teleport you across the screen as well. Interesting. I love it when opponents are trying to like get close and like sweep me as him, and I'd go into like fleece stance. And they just kick the blade and damage themselves. Oh, and like teleports into them. Interesting. Oh yeah, that's new. Or at least I assume it's new. Well, new relative to 2, I guess is the best way to frame it. Not really any good drops here. I'm looking, but don't really see them. These are my dye fluids, and we'll move on. Always fun to troll people, for sure. So making you want to track down a copy of Soul Calibur 4 again? Uh-oh. I don't think I would be good at those kinds of games unless I can use the controller or arcade stick. Like, if I got a PC version, I feel like I'd be quite terrible. That's where all your best, in quotation, characters were. Did you make horrible monstrosities? Is that what you're trying to tell me with the Soul Calibur character creator? I mean, it's important to have fun with people for sure. I think I moved on from the standpoint of, oh, look at that, I remembered where to stand. I did it, chat. I was actually in the right spot for the zoos, for once. But yeah, I prefer nowadays to play more co-op. I think I moved away from competitive in general. But there's still some kind of appeal to it, for sure. I was gonna say, never feel like you should not be able to bring up topics here, Lantos. Oh, your friend just joined? I was gonna say, you could talk about Soul Calibur all day in the chat. No worries. But hopefully you have fun with your friend, and things go well in Neo 2. Hope to see you around again in the future. Reliving the Soul Calibur memories. There we go. Feeling old right now? Oh. I was gonna say, if it makes you feel better, I'm in my 30s. See you around. Is what we'll say to Lantos, but not the Marissas. We don't want to see those around. They need to die. Mind material? Guess I could use a dye fluid to pick that up. So, not bad at all. Well, I guess we'll extend our session. I was originally just going to end with TTF, but maybe we'll do more than one TTF to try to get a red ring. I mean, I tried getting limiters. I think the best time to get limiters in Ephinea is the anniversary event, for sure. I think it's like something like 20 Gerda-Boobos in like a small map. It's pretty good. I always love playing that. So I think definitely I'll try to reserve more time in the future for anniversary event. I feel like I didn't get a lot of playtime in due to some technical issues with PSO. 24 of our race, some white hair and completely white eyebrows. Guess they're ready to be a grandpa. So, Lantos, you can be young at heart. That's all that matters. And goodbye, these enemies. TTFR 101 is found rendering. Okay, that's exactly what we're gonna be doing after this for sure. But definitely see you around indeed. So, hello, Goron Detonators. I mean, they're not wrong. I mean, 150% rare. You might as well go for one of the best. I don't know if I end up getting the red ring, do I actually want to keep it or just give it to Chris immediately? Because, like, it would be useful on, like, my Fomarl, for example. Like, I would actually use it. It wouldn't be, like, a decorative rare. But it's like, if I don't give it to Chris, then Chris will not be as accurate, and I feel like his damage is good. Chris is saying keep it if I find it. We'll see. I still owe you a Cannon Rouge. I did see somebody had posted in the Ephinea Discord, which I almost never go into anymore, unfortunately, that they found a 55-hit Cannon Rouge or something ridiculous. Unidentified. So I think it could go to 70 or something like that. It might have been 60. I'll take that back. Thank you, ODST Crouch Steps, for the follow. Hope you're doing well today. We are just talking about all sorts of games while playing PSO. So if there are any games on your mind, definitely feel free to talk about whatever. Today is meant to be a day of joyous occasion. We finally got a rare that I was looking for. That's always nice. Speaking of nice, let's make sure the buffs are back on Chris. The downside of reading the chat and playing is sometimes I don't pay attention to the buffs. And that is a purely my thing problem. Speaking of which, I'm gonna die mate and walk out of this scenario. Oh, did the rat feed literally get up as soon as I went to go past it? Now that is unlucky, because that stopped me from retreating. We need to level in PSO2. So we had some conversations about that game last time. How do you feel about the current state of PSO2 with New Genesis? I have not played it since the transition, because I was not thrilled with the other version of it. I haven't played much of it because I fear of missing out. Interesting. Ooh, God Lizard. I'd rather be on Ephinea. Those are words I'd like to hear. I was gonna say, you are more than welcome to join in if you really want to on our humble stream. We are just casually playing through different stages. So far, the focus has been episode 4. I think we'll do towards the future. We're gonna do some red ring attempts. I like to think of myself as good, not excellent, great, or speedrunner quality of this game, but I could play basically every class. I know some of the tricks. My menuing sucks. I think that is one of the big things that holds me back from being super solid. Is not great menu speed. Otherwise, I know basically what to do. Love all the fun little tricks you could do with casts. I feel sad when I don't get to play them sometimes. Like, I like the fire traps on the slimes to kill them, even though they're not normally targetable. Or using the fire traps to interrupt, like, a Del Saber and save myself a freeze trap. Just, like, little tiny things I could do while playing solo. End up helping quite a bit. Were the many, many, many wall glitches in the game. Oh, PSO. Your walls are so... I guess we'll call them suggestions. Like, sometimes you can fire through some walls, sometimes you can't. A 20-hit Spirit Ray Gun, if only that was a higher hit percentage, I would have gone back for it. Okay. I think I'm good. I'll rebuff you. I don't have enough for a Mag Blast. I'll let Chris go first to avoid the boss desync issue with the game. St. Million, okay. Checks out. No rare boss. One thing I have to do since I haven't been playing episode 4 enough with the bosses, I need to remember each of the weaknesses in the phase. So is it fire for first phase? It is fire for the first phase. Okay. Oh, I'm so dead, by the way. No, just kidding. Didn't die. Okay. I have enough health to not get knocked down, which is scary in this fight. So it is thunder for this phase. Interesting. I was too far to assist with the boss, unfortunately. I'm actually gonna pause Trick to get out of here, because I feel like that'll kill me. Oh, it moved the spinner into range. I'm actually legit getting trolled by the boss. Unfortunately, I don't have access to Gazan. I'm gonna have to burn my Mag Blast at some point. Although, I guess I don't need it anymore, because I could just Robarda this upcoming phase, if I remember correctly. So that's the only time where Mag Blast is like a detriment. I have it on a bad button for sure to Gazan. It was this one. Okay. So we'll up our Ice Staff and enjoy life, I guess. Sure. I'll burn one. I'll burn one of my Tri-Fluids, I say, as I get owned. Okay, fine. I'll rest to this. Then I'll get hit by laser. This is fine. This is still fine. Ooh, slightly too slow to try to get the iframes on Resta. I gotta learn those timings again. I used to have them down. Oh, scary. I'm gonna heal Chris so he doesn't die. Although I think he just got Mag Invincibility, so that's convenient. So maybe it is I that will die. We'll see. So yeah, unfortunately, I apparently got too much health for the boss. I don't recall if there's a way to reset HP material. I feel like there isn't, but yeah, I'm kind of feeling it right now. Oof, if only I had like 20 less health. So unfortunately, the Fomar is kind of scuffed for multiplayer now for this. Again, on my screen, I have no idea what hits you. We'll call that the magic of PSO. Okay, pop the core. Reviving Chris. Healing myself. How did my shift miss him? That was weird. I would have thought if I used an item, it would have been within range, or whatever. Again, sometimes the game works in mysterious ways. I choose not to question it sometimes. But unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna wait out the laser. I don't even think it's worth. Now I can just go. Not even sure what hit Chris on my screen. It looks like he just tripped, like he's playing Brawl or something. Too much walking, get punished. So yeah, not bad. We're gonna be about 40 minutes, despite me taking like a 4-minute call or something like that. It's not terrible. Yeah, it should be out of laser range. Good. Oh, the core's on the other side. That's annoying. I have to get closer. I think this is good enough. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, dodge this way. Oh, the missile actually hit me. Almost had it. Game, please. Anyway. I was gonna say both dead, but actually both not dead. Oh, actually, I died. Wait a minute. I got destroyed? That was rude. Weird. That wasn't my bad. Misplay. Again, those spinners, I apparently have hit the health total where it just becomes a nightmare to play it. At least Tornado is not destroying me. You know what? I'll interrupt its death animation. I'll be disrespectful. I love breaking this boss. I love it. It just has no idea what to do. Alright, can I get the little jingle in the cutscene? Yeah, there we go. Got the jingle. Look at the head. I love it moving when I move. Yeah, getting the bells is more important than beating the boss. Oh, they actually fought a Dwarf on Eclair? They're lucky. We got one on the only time I did not want a Dwarf on Eclair rare. I was like, one. Just one. Wow, only monomate from the boss. Kinda brutal. Sure, this is good enough. Ah, I still sub 40. Again, despite that extremely long pause. And then, like, it gives you so many massive attack tickets. What a broken quest. I love it, though. I hope they never change it. It just gives, like, good XP. 232,000 XP with no XP boost. You get a boss rare, potentially. You get a super boss attempt. Great spawn pattern. I don't feel like any wave is unfair. No traps to contend with. What a beautiful quest, chat. Do I give up the B801? I think I do. I'm gonna play, well, Actually, wait a minute, I'm thinking about it. Do I want Green ID TTF or Viridian? That's the question I need to ask myself right now. I kind of want an LNK combat chance over... As I mean, I get V101 no matter what. I mean, like, there's a very small chance of getting a green rare from, like, the Psycho Wand or something. I think I'll go Viridian. We'll bring in the most serious of characters. Oh, speaking of which, for the future. Sort my inventory slightly. Oh, I do have Escape Doll on him, good. I was curious. Use my star to fix the stats. This is good enough. I'll get my money. I want my money, chat. Let's swap characters. Think we'll do maybe 2 or 3 TTF attempts. We'll go at least another 50 minutes as opposed to stopping right now. Well, actually, now that I think about it, is my Fomar better at falls now that I have more ATP? I think my Fomar might actually be the better choice. Although, the Fomar doesn't have my Excalibur, which does make a big difference at the moment. Yeah, 30-hit Excalibur, kind of important. We'll call it Rock's TTF1. But yeah, if anybody is interested in joining in, just at any point that we're playing, just put something in the chat and we'll join in. Otherwise, I just kind of do ye old classic password. I'm kind of curious. At some point, I want to try Anguish. You know what? That's what we'll do. We'll do like 2 normal TTFs, and we'll try like Anguish 1 TTF, just to mix things up a little bit. See how we feel about it. So I got my Cure Freeze on. This should be good enough. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I wielding a Mercurius? No, we need to start with probably Excalibur. But oh boy, we're going in, chat. Will we get another red ring? I don't think this character has the red ring. I think Chris's character does, for sure. But this character might not have it. Yeah, I'm still using 3 seals. So, I mean, like, that would kind of make this character OP. I can swap out Heavenly Battle for V101 if I really need to. See how I feel about it. Nice. Didn't get a chance to attack it. Always a good sign. Go ahead and deband him. Again, I don't normally go for the minimum clearest kill here. I just like actually killing these enemies. I know I could turn around at that doorway and kill them, but I'm like, I kind of just want some XP. And also maybe some, I was We're about to call them Hildebears. Hildator. I want Hildator chances. Nope, just Hildelt today. I don't know why I debuffed them there. I should know better. Okay. So we're gonna go for the damage bug on the dragon again. Hopefully we get a little better luck than last time. I'll quit Magical Piece just to boost Gazon damage. I have iframes, so this should be pretty fast. I'll debuff the boss not because we really need it, but because of the fact that it'll let Chris get more Photon Blasts, which might be useful in the future. So let's debuff, and then we'll swap out. I mean, I'll attack it for some meter, but I don't think I'll build it before it falls. But hey, it's better than just having 0, I guess. Okay, I'm going for the bug. Oh, it worked! It worked! It barely did, though. Could have been a little stronger, I think. For those not aware, I'll just remind people again for the bug. When the dragon is straightening up, but is not quite in the roar, it actually loses iframes. So you're able to put on more damage onto the second phase of the dragon than you're supposed to. If you get a really good damage stat, you can actually get it as low. I think the lowest we've gotten is like 1,300, which means it dies hilariously fast in 2-player. We got a little bit of a damage bug. I think it only took 300. You know, not like the biggest damage difference ever, but sometimes it makes a difference. In particular, if you're playing solo, I find that very, very useful. Also, I realized I only need 200,000 something XP to level, which is an actual reasonable distance. So we might actually see a level up with this character, surprisingly. So we dipped in there, he killed the enemy. He's just trolling the slime with Fire Trap. I'm gonna use the pause trick to get around the initial spawns. And I'm gonna hopefully normal, power, special. Got the kill, good. I'm gonna do the same trick again and hope it works. Normal, power, special. I got paralyzed because I did not get lucky. That's okay, that's why we sold atomizers, blah blah blah. So I just gotta kill this wave, and then actually, I think just stepping foot in the room is good enough. So I could do this super inefficiently and just mess around. Chris likes to kill the other wave just because it's free XP, and sometimes you get a rare Lily, which could be amusing. Let the enemies group a little more. Let's do something like this. So again, we're on a time limit, so we're still waiting on this one enemy to spawn. Speaking of which, perish. We got a nice little shift on us. Sure, I'll burn a Trimate on myself. So Chris may or may not fire trap these things. It really doesn't matter, honestly. Just free XP. Like, why not? Oh, no. Chris is wasting too much time. Don't turn around and shoot. You gotta keep going. They're not worth it. And we're gonna hope for the double invincibility. I got invincibility. Okay. So I'm gonna go close and Zalor it. Nice. Hopefully I do not switch targets with Excalibur, as that is a big waste of time whenever that happens. And clean kill. I'm gonna set up a couple of Gabois here to pop all the chests. Then I can rebuff us while we're waiting, which is extremely useful. So that way if I see any rares or stuff, I can just pick them up. Fortunately, it looks like nothing of interest dropped for me, so I'm gonna move on. You don't need invincibility, you're just immortal, it's fine. This room, arguably, I could see doing the min-kill strategy to speed it up, but again, it's a Christmas event, there's a small chance of presence. I might as well get kills on the way there, as long as I don't have to go out of my way for them. So between Spread Needle and Gaboe, I don't think the enemies will really reach Chris. Either through DPS or just literally raw damage coming their way. I think it's basically GG for them. summoning the Sinnoh Red towards us. I think it's gonna hit me. Nice freeze. Oh, Chris is gonna kill the Sinnoh Red. Okay. I don't want to deal with him. There we go. That was scary. I was like, oh no. He's in my face. Alright, we're gonna go for the counter trap strategy. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. On the ball today. Both of us shot that trap. It's gonna pause trick. The one in the upper left is the only one of interest. But Gafoi might get a couple kills while I do this. And as I said before, we're doing an event, so any spare Christmas chances we'll take. Looks like they all died, so I'll move on. We like to do the strategy of him waiting in the middle since he's the raw ATP, and I just trigger the Sinnoh Red to spawn. Now, we'll kill everything here as well, just because it is a good opportunity to maybe get a V101. So, honestly, not a downside for us at all to do this. I'll put one Gafoi out to weaken them. Oh, I'm still able to take damage. What a shame. If I had Red Ring, that would not be true. I think I would be too tanky. Oh, power material. Nice. Speaking of which, if anybody in the chat is looking for materials, let's say they are looking to max out a character, either for true stat maxing or just the power maxing, I am more than willing to assist. Otherwise, I think at the end of the event, I will just give away some materials. My preference is for the people that are, you know, dedicating time to watch it, that if they want to start up a character and take advantage of it, that they get first dibs. I feel like that's only fair. But, you know, when you're sitting on like 150 mine material, it's like I kind of want to help people that are playing the event as well. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, did I not bring my V801? Oh. I think I forgot to get that from the bank. Like the whole excited thing I got excited for before. So I could finally do the Excalibur strat. Whoops. I don't have it, right? No, I don't. Do I go back for it is the question. Okay, kill flip switch. I think I do go back for it. The whole point of doing this character in particular was to finally see the Excalibur strat. I'm gonna go back. I'll lose my meter, which is unfortunate, but I think the time save from this is still worth it. Because I'll be using this in the Falls fight as well. Oh no, where is it? There it is. I'm gonna try to loop the boss. So let me try to get the initial hit. You could stun lock it once if you want, but after that, once I'm hitting it with Zond, it'll probably be the me show. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip Excalibur. This should be fast enough now. I can finally do this strat, legit. Because normally with the weapon, he casts slightly too slow to stun loop, but like now I think I could do it now that I got that item. Yeah, there we go, because I couldn't do this before without Veto 1. In fact, I think the boss is dead. Yeah, that is a big time save. I'm happy we have that. Yeah, it's so good. Switch back to Heavenly Battle briefly. Like, that alone justifies why I wanted another Veto 1. That was like a 30-second time save. Even with me going back to town, I feel like that's faster than normal. Chris chooses not to dodge the trap. He's like, I am big robot, I will just tank. Unfortunately, because that piece of the boss targeted Chris, I'm not able to get a clean double hit on the boss. That is the downside of Excalibur. Like, it can double hit the boss. It just depends on what part it faces you with. So if that particular trap thing faces me, it's actually super good. Oh, I got a photon drop randomly? Okay. Yeah, random. I don't see anything else in here. I'm gonna move on. I almost thought that's a 27 grants. That's why I did like a double take. I was like, no, that would be too good. Too good. Get the debuff in. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought Chris was hitting the ball. Chris was not hitting Darkbringer, as I found out. Rip my scape doll, apparently. Yeah, normally I don't debuff the boss there. Can you join next game? Sure thing. So we're gonna do the strategy coming up here. As long as you don't mind some TTF, we're gonna do a couple of those. By all means, you're more than welcome to join. We have our rolls down here. Any additional DPS on a boss, it could be anything, would be appreciated. Roughly what level is your character that you're planning to bring in? Just for my knowledge. They're gonna say like 200, and I'm like, oh. 170? Oh, that's way good. Okay, that's fine. If it was like 80, I'm like, I don't mind leveling you a bit. You're a veteran player? Good. That's good to hear. So I had a very silly death. Hold on, chat. We're gonna do the strategy that I figured out all on my own. Are you ready? I'm so proud of this strategy, by the way. We're gonna unequip our Heavenly Battle for this. Actually, Falls Flower. Interesting. I don't know too many people that play, so apologies if I don't recognize the name offhand. I don't venture into the forums too often. Here's my favorite fall strategy. You ready? It's called Match Kafoe. It saves so much time. It's so good. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't do this before. So silly. Like, I could get so many kills I wouldn't normally get if I was just using Rovarda, which is normally the spinner's weakness. But you can see here, like, I'm still getting the kills from our other Kafoes. So anything near me should just kind of die instantly. Speaking of which... There we go. Kafoe killed them when they swapped. Thank you, Kafoe. That's my new favorite strat. I guess I could just switch to Protect Chris mode. I gotta Zalore the boss first, though. Yeah, you're welcome to play whatever character you want. I do not care. I menued terribly there. I don't know what I was doing. I went to select Bringer's Rifle and whiffed. Okay. Well, time for some Falls Roulette. What am I gonna contend with today? Is it gonna go left? Is it gonna go right? Is it gonna waste time by not doing the Rise Up attack? Went left today. Oh, it's doing the good pattern. Good pattern. Okay. I actually did contribute slightly to damage here. I feel like I'm assisting. Faster Resta there, so I could get through that easier. I'm missing like maybe one shot per turn. I think it's actually more important I get faster Resta here. Oh, so close. I'm just gonna try to attack it. Oh, not fast enough. But at least I fast heal. Oh, I was doing so well with dodging those. Unfortunate. Oh, going for the good pattern again? Wow. Blessed be the RNG today. Unfortunately, I realized Chris does not have Shifta on. And I'm not gonna be able to help him with this phase. Unfortunate. I'm not sure why it wore off for him. I guess maybe he wasn't in range when I did the re-stack. Kind of unfortunate. So this is probably going to be a multi-cycle, so I'm going to take it very slow, because Chris can't do damage. I mean, I'll do a little bit of damage to the boss. As long as we don't put it below half on this first phase, we should be fine. Yeah, I'm going to come over to Chris prematurely. Normally I don't like to do this. But, I want some damage on Chris. Buffed him. I'll take the damage, that's fine. I'm gonna chip as much as I can with the V801. Ooh, didn't get a lot of hits on the boss, unfortunate. Now, fortunately, the boss doesn't knock me down, so I can still get some cheap hits on the boss. switch. Oh boy. I'm unequipping the heal spam. Chris, go crazy. We'll weaken it up a little more. Wow, we got another phase. What amazing RNG, actually. Like, that legit was, like, the best possible RNG we could have asked for. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Now we just go for kill mode. Nice. Pretty fast clear. Had I remembered to bring V801, that would have been even faster. To be fair, I did just get it today. Can't really break this cutscene very easily, unfortunately. I want to see the jiggles when we walk. So let's see, Chad. Random red ring? Oh, no random red ring. Miseta, though. Sure, I'll take some items to sell. So we're gonna go ahead and make another game, ODST. We'll call it, you know what? I'll even call it ODST TTF. The password will be king in lowercase. You are more than welcome to join. A Geist ray gun with 50 hit. Actually, I think I do want that. I actually have a severe lack of Geist weapons. That might be the best one that I own, as of literally right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing identified. Like, I think the closest thing I have to having Geist is the Pink Blade, but even then it only has like 25 hit. And it's only meant for hunters, whereas this is universal. Yeah, how about you don't give me 40 hit on this and you give me 50 hit, please? Thank you. I appreciate the game's cooperation. I don't care what this caliber is, I'm just gonna sell it. Whatever. I love I have Mother Garb on just for TTF, just to do some more damage. Like, it's the only reason I have it on. It's just, it does save me a little bit of time, but yeah, they unfortunately just don't do damage. Do I want to put anything away other than the Soul Ray Gun? Probably not. Did I even use Pride Fluid at all? Oh, I did. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell these items. So I'd like to make a little bit of money. And then I'll go ahead and make the game on Viridian ID. So there we go. I'll call it ODST TTF, and we should be good to go. I'm sorry, did I drop or sort? I sorted. Okay, I scared myself there. I was like, did I just drop the thing that I really like? Okay, I got my Cure Freeze on for the boss. I could swap that for the beginning, because nothing really freezes for a Cure Paralysis, maybe? Oh, one other thing. MST is still max tier, so that's actually probably okay. Oh, only A rank? Disappointing. I guess I did die. I deserve that. Episode 4. That's how much my body wants to play episode 4. I just do it unintentionally. So ODST TTF. Password is king in lowercase. Difficulty ultimate. So game is now up. Chris is joining. Welcome the flow / ODST. We'll give ODST some time. I had a feeling it was shop, no worries. I was about to say, I probably... Oh, I can't wield Excalibur with the Centurion. Ooh. I actually have to make a call here. Well, I'll put the Centurion back on then. Oh, so close. It just goes to show, if I just put the V101 on this character, I could actually just have Excalibur. Do I go and just complete this character? Nah, that's fine. The V101's more useful on other characters when I'm playing in single player. Although it is tempting to say, like, this character is done. I mean, they do have a 30-hit Excalibur and a 40 Bringer's Rifle. But anyway. Yeah, no worries. If you need help leveling a character, if there's other ults you want to play as, by all means. We are more than welcome. We more than welcome the opportunity to help people, even if they've played the game a long time. Although I feel like I'm missing out. You and Chris both got that red coloration in, and I'm green. I guess together we are the Christmas trio. Oh, love the handgun. I need to... Oh, I got unlucky there. I need to go and fix one of mine for those at some point. I always forget if it's the Heaven Striker. I think I gave one of mine to Chris, and then another I think is on my Romar at the moment. So it makes sense, you are the Romar. I love it on the Romar. I'm just gonna assume the Rangers got this. I'm just gonna play support chorus. I have no qualms with that. I'm like, listen. Zalore them, laugh at their misfortune. GG. Got it freeze in, nice. Photon drop, nice. I'll go pick that up. So, loving the speed of the clears. What a difference a third player makes, especially a knowledgeable, well-armed third player. So I'm just gonna walk up, probably zap, give it a zappy zap a couple times. Okay. We're gonna Zalore so everybody can build meter. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the glitch again. Once it starts to stand up here. Doing the glitch. Oh, I didn't get it. It's still 4950. Must have been like slightly too soon. Oh well. It is what it is. I don't know if damage has to overlap in order to make it more accurate. I'm not really sure. But oh well. I'll try to pop some crates. I am interested in materials if they spawn. Speaking of which, take that power material. And also that star atomizer for later. Oh, I just realized you're using a special mag. That's the episode 2 CL mag. Interesting, interesting. Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna be doing all the things that require me not to DPS, as I am not gonna out DPS a Romar or a Rawcast that I've shifted deband on. No way. Okay. I'm gonna pause Trick here. Although I think he's got the Lily covered. So I'll just try to freeze. Oops. Oh, no rare lilies today. What a shame. Okay, killed it that time. Man, Excalibur is so useful. Speaking of useful. Oh, I got hit on my only triple hit. Brutal. Anyway, let's debuff them. Laugh as they get killed by the Ranger. Ranger squad, too powerful. So yeah, we can split up as needed, no problems, no worries, I don't care. I'm just gonna go kill this enemy, and then if you guys want to kill the slimes, that's all up to you. Rangers are cool. I think my first character was a Ramar, although I've learned since then that the Ramar ult for single player is much better. Just from the standpoint of being able to deband and debuff Just a higher level. It really helps with survivability before you get those crazy weapons. But still have a soft spot for them. Speaking of which, I need to reapply Shifta, then we'll move on. And I got Mag Invincibility again. Nice. I won the roulette. Did it. Let's get some Zalor in here. I mean, what could go wrong? It's just all these rangers with spread needles potentially. Like a very fair amount of damage. Anyway, boss is dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and go away a couple times, pop the chests. I guess I'll reapply Shifted Deban, because why not? I know, that boss stands no chance. Didn't drop money, so I'll just move on. Back to Magical Peace I go. Though because there are so many rangers here, I'm definitely Zaloring. Wow. The power of the rangers. You can almost call them Power Rangers, Chad. Oh, I'm just gonna walk up and Zalor them. I think everybody else has got them covered. I'll just apply some support damage. Poor Sinnoh Red coming in, about to get dunked on. Goodbye, Gilchick. Let's go this way. How close am I to leveling? Ooh, 98,000. Still a bit more to go. So using the pause trick just to get to the other side of the room, and Gafoe time. Okay. Then I'll go proc the Sinnoh. Using my little pause trick. Touch the room, turning around. Oh, my Zalor didn't hit everybody. Disappointing. Well, I'll still stack Gafoe, because that's always useful. Fast kills from the group. Come on, B101. A little gelling, so none of us die. Very fast clear. Congratulations. Another Star Atomizer. I love fixing my synchro with that. I guess I'll wield Magical Peace here. This should be fine. I'll Zalor the dub chick. Yeah, unfortunately that one, I haven't found a way to hit it with the Ranger, so I just always have Chris kill the middle one. Well, anyway, I got the old Excalibur, so time to equip the V8. Oh, I already have it equipped, never mind. My Cure Freeze is off, I need to remember that for later. Give a nice little heal. How are we doing on buffs? Not bad. I was gonna say, even if I somehow mess up the Excalibur trick, I have a feeling with 2 Rangers with Spread Needle, we'll probably be okay. Something tells me it'll be fine. Ooh, it's like slightly too far for me. Slightly too far. I'll do this so I can target it at least. There we go. I feel like sometimes if I hit it sideways, it like doesn't stun lock, so I have to be a little careful there. Guess I'll reapply buffs, because why not? Trimate, and should be good. I wish I could debuff the boss for you guys here. Unfortunately, the boss is immune. So if that blue shiny thing faces me, I'm gonna Excalibur it, as I end up doing a hilarious amount of damage if that happens. Speaking of hilarious damage, wow, you guys are mowing it down. Oh, I found the safe spot for this form. Nice. Do a couple Gafoes here, maybe it'll drop something interesting. Escape doll. Sure. You know what? That's fine. Okay. Use my little pause trick. Dodge. There we go. Nice annihilation. Okay, I'm gonna go for the classic AI manip. I'm gonna do in the pause menu, wait slightly to the right for them to walk towards me and then go left. There we go. Works every time. A Gale Bog. I got excited. I thought you guys got the uber rare. So I was like, what did you guys even kill? That poor sorcerer. I just saw it frozen. I knew its life would not be very long. So let's see. Equip my magical piece. Out of Bravas. Nice. Or Bravase. So, got a decent amount of time for our buffs. Oh, I forgot about this enemy. Whoops. Oh, you guys got it. We're good. Just buff people as they come in. That should be good enough. Okay. So, excellent, excellent. Ah, you gotta shift the D-band mag. Interesting. I do love it for single-player play. I see you've switched shields. That look like the, what's it called? That gives ATB. Thank you, Gafoe. Try to keep people alive if I see people taking damage. As I said before, Gafoe really speeds us up, even though it's not what they're weak against. Speaking of which. So I'll just kind of cover everything in the top half of the map, and it should just be like instant clears. Ooh, unlucky spawns, actually. Got a couple kills, though. Speaking of which. Alright, so I'm gonna go for Zalor. I'll try to provide cover for both of you, because you definitely out DPS me on the boss. Not even gonna bother. Forces got so nerfed. Oh, got stuck behind the boss. GG me, apparently. Well, then I'm gonna have to bring his rifle, unfortunately. Ooh, closes down. Yeah, my bad. I got stuck behind the boss. Rebuff the ranger. That extra damage should help. Do I believe in the cure freeze? I don't think I need it, technically. Oh, okay. Pause trick. Maybe I'll dodge the explosion or whatever. Indeed I did. Okay, got the debuff. Okay, I'll heal us up a little bit. Oh, the boss is actually waiting politely for us. I'll jiggle out. Ooh, good slow-mo timing. Let you guys take care of the box. Heal everybody up. Oh, almost killed it. So close. Oh, good shot whoever got that last hit. Good shot. Yeah, I want to say, it's not attribute wall. What is it called? I should know this. I do use this occasionally. I'm gonna get a little closer and debuff. I'm gonna come over and revive flows. Because my damage is not important on the boss, to be honest. Heal flows. Moving towards Chris, because he'll usually block for us. Low, targeted flows. Seal flows. Gonna heal flows again. Great, we didn't quite put it at phase 2, so this should be an easy kill. Oh, that boss's health total is terrible. So healing flows yet again. Chris taking it, rebuff. I'll stand slightly away from flows so the boss is less likely to target flows with the swipes. I'll do a little extra damage here. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm dead. Rest in peace. Thank you. You just kill the boss now, it's fine. Got her. She thought she was gonna get another phase. Grant says no. And that is the power of V801. That extra grants actually stopped us from sitting through that phase. So thank you, V801. But yeah, I knew my life was forfeit. When I saw 2 Rangers and I got soul linked, I'm like, GG. I'm like, well played. Oh, don't worry, no worries. It's funny. I find it funny. I'm not even offended. Just like when I see it, I'm like, yeah, I'm dead. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. You got an antidote? Ooh. But yeah, nice, easy GG. Wow, sub 16. Even with that cutscene, that means the boss died at the 14-minute mark. Gonna go level in PSO2. Well, we appreciate the company. Definitely was a lot of fun playing with you. So by all means, you are welcome to join us in the future. But good luck in PSO2. I like the crown of the big monster with the monster noise. Yeah, that was a pretty fast clear. That was at least like a 3-4 minute drop just from having another player. And it helps when they have the Heaven Striker. Why can I not remember the name of that shield? I'm sure I even have one in here. It's a pretty common drop. Because it gives fire resist. Yadamir. That's what it was. That's gonna bother me all session. Just not remembering what the shield was. Unfortunately, no red rank, but we still got some more attempts. I don't even know why I went to the shop. I really didn't get anything. But speaking of which, I'm gonna level up. So I'm gonna be at a very good health total. Use the star atomizers to fix my synchro. Perfect. And let's see if I got anything from the rankings. A rank? Okay, fair enough. 20,000 Meseta, we'll take that. So we'll do one more normal TTF, and we'll do one Anguish one. Which, honestly, I think we could do. I don't think it'll be a big deal. So let's go ahead and do a ultimate real quick. So this quest should level me once we get to the dragon. So yeah, I could say officially today, we did some good rare hunts. Did several TTFs, essentially, and we did episode 4, hunting for V801, which we did get finally. Although no limiter though, which is kind of sad. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to Excalibur, and instead of this I'll have... I didn't even need Cure Freeze, honestly. I might just play without it then. Getting the V801 was such a time save. I mean, I'll still unequip it to give to other characters, because it is very useful. Okay, I'm actually properly Excaliburing. There we go. Love to see it. Big damage. Ooh. Forgot I didn't deband. That was actually a little scary. I think I'm good now. I think with V801 I should be fine here, even though I don't have a magical piece of equipment at the moment. Let's zap the dragon. Get a nice little Zalure going. I could just special for more meter. It's not a terrible idea. Okay, I'm gonna go for the bug. Oh, it worked. It only did 75 though. Unfortunate. And it died instantly. Okay, well, I guess Chris crit or something. That was silly. Or it actually did go down to the 2000. It flashed briefly because I didn't hit the boss more than once after the glitch because I was swapping weapons. Huh? Very interesting. Yeah, I don't really care about these items. I mostly just check for materials because you could get like a luck material there randomly. So same strategy as before. Put my Excalibur early. But yeah, super solid. If I get 10 more ATP, which I think I will via level ups, I'll be able to just normally wear an Excalibur. And with a V101, I definitely have enough. Oh, I whiffed the sacrifice. This goes to show, if I had 5 more accuracy, if I had a 40-hit Excalibur, I'd never miss. Oh, that crit though. That crit was sick. Ooh, that damage on them. Leveled up. 3 attack, 2 defense, 5 MST. So I think now I'm at capped MST. With all weapons, which is good. That's slightly more defense. Regen TP while I'm waiting, why not? Ooh, I whiffed. There we go. I guess I just rest her real quick. Oh. the trap made me slow down because I targeted it. I got trolled. Okay. Invincibility again. Wow. I apparently paid the developers well. 50-50, it's just 100%. Sure, I'll reapply shifted event, why not? Nothing interesting dropped. I'll take the boss money though. And again, super clean. It'll be interesting to see the damage threshold with Anguish 1. The worm, maybe the worm boss will go to phase 2. Maybe. LOL Lamau has found Red Ring. The good game name. We want that eventually, but I feel like it's not in the cards for us. So excellent, excellent. Lots of Gafoe damage. Hello, Sinnoh Red. Okay, I think I weakened them enough. Chris Fiasco 1 yellow, Mecha. It's reached level 200. I was wondering if they were going for Excalibur or something. I was like, never mind. I guess I just leave Magical Piece on for Gazond and Gafoi. Don't really see a need to change it at all. I'll do one more Gafoi and then I'll leave. There we go. Oh, look, I only need 4 million experience to level. Only 4 mil. It's real close, chat. I'll hit it any second. Oh, game. But hey, that extra couple defense is actually good for me. Feel bad for that Sinnoh that was like winding up this super ultra strong punch and it just gets destroyed instantly. Yeah, I think with the Gafoi stacking, we can always kill in a freeze trap now. Just have to avoid the initial hit, and I'm good. Oh, that one actually lived. That one is the chosen one. Let's see. Still got the 8. Yeah, I actually kind of like the setup. I don't even need Cure Freeze. If I do well enough, I don't need Cure Paralysis ever. Oh, I missed one of them. Okay. Put out an extra Gafoi and then Zalor this enemy. And I'll Razan. Got it. Oh, even got the shock status ailment. Nice. Convenient. How did that not kill? Gafoi, please. Oh, present? An actual present? Where is it? Yeah, finally. First one of the entire event. Yeah, I'm gonna open it up. I've received a photon drop. You know what? That's about on par of what I was expecting. But hey, finally happened. So it shows that spending some extra time killing those enemies is worth it sometimes. So there we go. It's now officially a Christmas event. I must be standing too close to it. Definitely I have to hit it in the center panel, but the question is, like, the best way to do it. What the? You cheater, you teleported on your screens. Oh, that actually works? Wait, I could shoot the turrets and unlock it? Interesting. Oh, I'm getting really unlucky. Thank you for the stun. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There must be like a little more of a trick to it. Like, I have the right idea. You have Excalibur, you have 801, but there must be like a position. Like, it has to travel a certain distance, and you have to be a certain distance from it in order for it to stun lock properly. Speaking of a stun lock, I'm gonna go ahead and abuse this thing's, well, that almost killed me. That was greedy. Getting the double hit with Excalibur here. Decided not to get greedy there. Give a little Gafoi, never know. Could pick up a random Scape Doll. Or like a Foe 29, you know. That counts as random. Where is it? Okay, I took the Foe 29. And I'll even take the Mine Material. Huh. Not bad drops, actually. Thank you, Boss Room. That was like almost like adequate. It felt like a normal RPG drop. As opposed to a PSO where it laughs in your face for your hubris. Oh no. I was like, it only needs one more swing and I was too slow. I should still be good here though. I'll eat a couple die fluids, why not? Okay, manip him to the right, go to the left. So good. Go through there, watch the sorcerer probably die. No, but I'll refoe the boxes, why not? One enemy is chasing me down, that's fine, I'll just ignore it. He will go wanting. So do a real quick shift buff for us. Switch back into Magical Piece. I don't know why D-Band, it's not really useful in this fight. It's just a habit. I'm Mag Invincibility, so I could definitely get my Gafoe started. So I'll try to claim, like, the upper portion of the map, although I have to be careful. As I saw last time, I could end up where the boss spawns and end up behind it, which is not useful. CS4 resets is found lame to Argent. I mean, to be fair, I mean, we could do Dwarfon later at some point. I'd rather do rare Dwarfon runs if we're going to do a reset of that. Oh, I'm in big trouble, actually. Nice to me and left me alone. Could have been much worse. Game, please. They found another one? Wow, they found 2 Excaliburs from the same quest? That's actually crazy. From Dwarfon Eclair? Oh, they are doing the Eclair reset. I was just talking about that. I mean, well, I don't blame them. I just don't really want to do that right now. Get a little pot shot damage on the boss. I did it. I killed the phase. Clearly it was me doing the DPS. I did not just steal the last 500 damage. Don't know what you're talking about. It's all skill. Oh, baited by the boss. Oh, good pattern, good pattern. Got the debuff. Oh, that was actually too fast. If I had the old Resta, I think that would have been properly done. I was out of range of healing for Chris, unfortunate. Okay, got my pot shots in. Wow, the boss is actually GG. Wow, what a great pattern. I think that's the best pattern we've seen in a long time. Double stand up and fall. Okay. So I'm just gonna want, if it gives us like the 5 dash at the start instead of like a 2 dash, this would be like literally the best RNG we've ever seen. We'll see though. Take some pot shots here. Still better for me to use rifle than Grants. Okay, too far for me, I'm gonna Grants. Hopefully, if it's gonna end here, yeah, I was gonna say, if it's gonna end, I'd rather it end there. So that's fine, this is fine. Okay. I rested through that, nice. Did a little bit of Grants damage and revenge there. Nice, one more phase. Oh, what? Oh, it's even going for another one? Okay. The odds of us destroying it are pretty good at this rate. Since it should be vulnerable when it goes to get up. Oops. Accidentally tanked that damage. I'm gonna chip the boss a little bit so I have a small chance of surviving. You can just keep shooting the boss, it's fine. Oh. The phase ended early. That was kind of unfortunate. They got another Dwarfon Eclair? What is going on? Lame to Argent? Yeah, they're doing Excalibur runs. Wow, I can't believe they got 3 in 1 quest. That's actually insane. Ooh, tagged it with Grants. GG. Yeah, I cannot believe they got three Excaliburs from 1 Dwarfon Eclair. Think of it, or unless there were 2 Dwarf Eclairs, which one would be more impressive? 2 Dwarf Eclairs in one quest, or 3 Excaliburs from Dwarf Eclair? I don't know. That's a tough call. But there was like such a pause in between. I really feel like they got another Dwarf Eclair. I got an HP material from the boss. Oh well. I mean, in our defense, we did do episode 4 with no Dwarf Eclair. Craziness. 16 minutes. Pretty good. So we've definitely been cutting down the time on the boss. I think we were normally around like 17 or 18 when I don't have the 801. And that was with a bad boss pattern where I definitely did not do what I needed to do for the Mines boss. So that went pretty good, I have to say. I think I have enough time for one more, chat. And then I am very hungry, so I'm going to be taking a food break. I guess because there's nothing happening in my evening, I might stream in the evening as well. I haven't decided what I will stream. I guess it just depends on if I'm comfortable with Mayhem. Otherwise, it'll just be more PSO or something. Should rest soon too. Sounds like a good idea, Chris. We'll do one last run, and it'll be Anguish 1 TTF to say that we tried to get the red ring. Oh, S rank. Okay. Sure. I'll take the Scape Doll. It's useful. The last run of the morning / afternoon, anyway. So this will give a 2% bonus to the rare drop. Let's see, chat. Is that enough to put things in our favor? The game is now up. They'll do 25% more damage. Honestly, probably not a big deal. The only thing I'm scared of leveling-wise is probably the Sinnoh. Those Sinnoh, if they go to like Anguish 3 or above, are quite awful, even with a Force. Like, I can handle them solo, like Anguish 3, Anguish 4, but multiplayer, ooh. So Freeze Trap won't last quite as long, and that will be the big downside. Goodbye, enemy. So far, going okay. There we go. Doing the final blow. Ooh, that freeze, though. Godlike. That punch, though, also godlike. Okay. Oh, I went to swap weapons and I canceled it by accident. That was unfortunate. I'll fix that later. Am I even double hitting there? I don't think I am. Aim, please. I'm gonna give up on this. My aiming is terrible today. Magical Piece time. Oh, we got the damage bug. Nice, that'll help. It was like for 1,000 damage. Like, that was not a small amount, given that the boss was in the air. Yeah, I think that was actually useful. Otherwise, I think the boss would have gotten another phase. Because I think it was hovering at 6,000 something, but it went down to 5,300. So, 700 damage, kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. Like, again, I'm really curious if you have, like, 4 players, just how badly can you glitch the game? Like, is it possible to actually just straight up kill the dragon before it goes into the roar phase of things? Very curious. But unfortunately, the present is better than pain. I'm going to address the other comment in the chat. Oh, Paint, you're so boring and terrible. And the fact that it gets rid of HP TP regen is like, why? That makes me want it even less. If it didn't get rid of that, I would probably use it. Just because if I get bored. But I like red. Ooh, the Lily's evasion is too high for me. That is a problem. Or I'll just whip, that's fine. Just whip. So, Anguish 1 does mess up my strategy. I'm too weak. Or if I still hit it, I guess it doesn't matter. Go for that sub, like, 90% sacrifice on third hit, still land it. What the? Oh, there was money there. I was wondering what happened to my attack. Die fluid? Sure, I'll use one. The moment when you pick up Meseta and you really don't want it. Yeah, rebuff. Regen some TP. Oh my gosh, I actually managed to land the Bringer's Arm on that enemy. I did it. I moved up in the world today. It actually worked as intended. Slimes are looking pretty tanky. Yeah, feel free to help me with the Mind's Boss stun lock. I don't have it down. There must be some kind of trick to the angle or the distance. I gotta learn it eventually, just by doing it a lot. Both have mag invincibility. Life is fair. Nice. Still one-cycled it. Even with the boss having 25% more health, still one cycle. Get wrecked. Do some fireballs, pop the boxes. That didn't seem any harder. It got to 2 extra attacks. It almost left the boat. It was close. Gun gear with no hit percentage, unfortunate. You actually got the LNK 38 combat. Did it come with hit? If it came with hit, that would be a miracle. I think I'm using one with all zeros for counterparts. I think literally everything would be an upgrade. %10 dark? Okay. I mean, you'd use it on falls, so that's not awful. Not like a huge damage increase, but definitely an upgrade over what I'm using. So apparently the Anguish up did give us another rare. One of the several we're fishing for this place. The other, of course, being B101. Ooh, these guys are feeling pretty tanky. Comparatively. I'm just gonna melee. It's actually more efficient for me to melee than spell use there. It's sad, but very true. Even with the wand did more damage per melee hit. Nice try, Mr. Kraft. Time to go with everything. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another random present. Alright, move into the next room. Power material. Oh, I kind of want that, actually. Take that. Oh, okay, we'll ignore them now. Heal Chris just in case. These Sinnohs are probably gonna hurt. I'm just gonna warn you. So, we'll see how it goes. I will definitely be using Gelin on them when able. Dumpy res. Sound an Excalibur. What is res? Like, it's obviously in episode 4, but like, what? R-E... I don't know what that is. I was thinking if it was supposed to be like the random attack, but that doesn't work. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm gonna go look that up later. I feel like I've seen it before. It's just like, what quest is it? I just don't remember. Oh, is it like a retrieve quest? It could be like the retrieve something or other. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Hello, Shaky. Hope you're doing well. We're on our last mission of the day. Another random escape doll. I think I will pick that up. I'm sure you... One, I'm not sure. I know that you've read, but we'll be putting Flying Zombie in the next Mayhem patch. So we'll probably be playing that later tonight, I think, maybe? I don't know if it'll be a full run later tonight, and then I'll switch over to PSO. I haven't decided. But there's a couple things I want to do. Yeah, I was testing it out. It spawns as one unit, then you damage it, and then it just becomes legs. Which is, like, really funny. The legs just try to, like, walk up and kick you. I guess its upper body counts as, like, a different ID, which makes sense. It didn't seem to glitch anything else out, so we'll probably keep it. I know you've been looking forward to it for a while. I was thinking it was gonna glitch the game, but no, I summoned like 8 of them like that, and it seemed okay. I mean, maybe you have to get to like 12 or something to glitch the game. I'm not gonna rule that out, but... Ooh, too fast for me. I'm gonna lose it. I must have to stand further back. Yeah, this is working a bit better. I think they only make the noise when they split. Maybe? I think I know what you're talking about. He is so desync right now, I have no idea what's happening. He's like on the monitor, but everything's blue. I don't know what's happening. Oh, okay. He woke up and... Oh, he skipped monitors. He's actually cheating. The boss is broken and really confused. I don't know what's going on with the boss anymore. It's acting very weird. It's very desync. Sure. You know what? I don't know how that killed it, but we'll take that. We'll take that. Yeah, unfortunately, I normally play with Soten when I'm testing with sound off, so I'm actually not able to verify, even though I spawned a million of them. I had a feeling Chris was going to get trapped because the boss wasn't moving, so that told me it was going to focus on Chris. I preemptively knew. This boss is so dead. Goodbye. Poor boss. Do a couple Kafoes, maybe I'll get the miracle items like last time. Got a ruby bullet. I didn't come with any hit though, disappointing. Oh well, it is what it is. Use the pause trick so I don't target anything. Walk past the enemy, debuff. Get hit in the face. Definitely is intended. I'll take the mind material. Okay, let's do the AI manip. I'm gonna stand right here. They're gonna do the hooray, we're happy for you. Then I dodge all of them. So even with increased movement speed there, the AI manip still worked. Didn't matter. Could say, gotcha. Nice. Ooh, both enemies are lower than they normally are. That's actually bad for me. I'm gonna Refoe to stun them, and then keep running. I dodged the trap and the enemy. Nice. Backup strats. Ooh, that dodge. That was point blank. I should have been hit there. I got very greedy. I did not get punished. Oh, that didn't heal Chris. There we go. Oh, that's what it is. That's right. It gets stuck at doorways. And let's go beat the final boss of episode 1. Nice, we both got mag invincibility, so we got a few seconds to set up on the boss. I do wish that the mag invincibility didn't start until this part of the boss phase started. Makes me kind of sad. I think they had to mark it as a boss room generically, and that's why it behaves like that. But yeah, it just ends up making your 30-second invincibility being like 5 seconds. Just like okay. Okay, I'm still able to kill them with double Gafoe here, which is kind of important, as that means I can basically do whatever I want here and be fine. Just need to Gafoe every now and then, get some DPS out there. Should be good to go. Ooh! Ooh, I almost died from that. That was almost super bad. Saved myself, though. Okay. Thank you, Gafoe. It's the time for an Eldritch Abomination. Yes, of course. We're gonna debuff the boss. I'm gonna try to protect Chris from the spinners. Okay, I can still kill these in 2 casts. That's all that matters. We'll shoot the boss a little bit. I'm not gonna do a ton of DPS, but I can keep Chris alive. Okay. I can actually just ignore the spinners. It's pretty close to death. Oh, they're eating up some of Chris's shots. Never mind. Helper Bard is there. Okay, RNG time. Spin the wheel. Will the boss go left? Will the boss go right? Will the boss go attack upwards afterwards? Or will the boss go downwards? Okay, it went left first. But then what is it gonna do? Oh, it went down. Bad RNG. We dodged the freeze though. That's good news for us. It went down again. Bad RNG. Never want to see it go downwards. Okay, it went upwards. Good RNG. This attack gives me more opportunities to hit the boss. So it's almost dead. Hopefully it goes up again. Oh, it kind of is. Oh, well, we did it. We did an HP race. The boss was trying to heal itself. But we managed to kill it. So that's good enough. We'll count that as decent RNG. It only did 2 nonsensical downward attacks. So Chris might have to be careful. The boss might be able to kill him at 850. I'm not sure. I'll walk forward and debuff the boss. Oh, that did almost 900 damage. For sure, Chris would have died without healing. The damage is silly. It moved in place. I almost never see that. Oh, bad RNG on how many times it moves. Okay, I'm gonna say we're down to like average RNG now. Not as impressive. Well, I'm immune to that, so get wrecked. I'm still invincible. I must have barely gotten Mag Blast from the other swipe. Interesting. Okay, get a little opportunity to hurt the boss here. Not bad. Rebuff us real quick, take the damage. I could technically try to Mag Blast through the Soul Link. I might do it, I'm thinking about it. Ooh, bad timing. Oh, I'm so dead, by the way. Feel free to kill me, Chris, by the way. It doesn't matter. I'd rather you just go all out. Oh, nice kill. I put 1 grants on the boss. So there we go, V801 heal spam. Good enough to survive the Soul Link. So let's see what our final time is on the boss on Anguish 1. Where it got 25% more health and a small damage increase. It didn't help the boss that much, I will state. I feel like that might have actually been shorter than the other one that we did, which is kind of sad. Just goes to show, when you get good RNG... Oh, it was 20 seconds slower. With Anguish 1, where they had 25% more health. So silly. Also, this should allegedly improve box rares, but I've never gotten a good box rare from this. Yeah, that was still a really good time, for sure. Yeah, I had another Bad Minds boss, which you could blame on me. Well, otherwise, I'm pretty happy with how that went. Got the Ruby Bullet. I really don't need it. We're gonna junk it for points. Let's see. Lots of escape dolls. I keep bumping into the NPCs while looking at the item menu. Like, I don't recognize where they are. I just notice I stop moving. A flame ray gun. Interesting. Hello, Elfin. Hope you're doing well. We're gonna wrap up soon, unfortunately. But we'll probably have some discussions after PSO. So this should be an upgrade for me. Just gotta roll it to 20% dark. Indeed I did. Nice. Wait, did I read that right? Hold on. Hold on, chat, hold on. Can I wield the giant minigun as this character? Did I read that right? It said let you equip it or not. Game, please. Come on, don't give me the 35 flame gun. Come on, you could do better. Thank you. Stupid RNG. I didn't think I could use the LNK combat. Can I? I can. Huh. Do I actually have a... Do I now have a new weapon to use against Falls? That's too funny. I kind of want to see what it looks like briefly in this character's hands. I'm gonna go... I don't know what I want to do. I guess I'll just create a very quick game. Yeah, I didn't realize Forces could use it. That's funny. So I'm just gonna open up a random quest and just let loose with the minigun. You know, like every mage. Another S rank? Okay. At least the game appreciates our clear speed. Look up the escape doll. Use your RES experience and result. Oh, that's where I remember RES. So they're doing a virtual quest for that. Interesting. But I wonder which one that means in episode 4. I'm actually not sure. I was wondering why the acronym sounded familiar. Anyway, roll fingers on keyboard. The best game name. Who needs magic when you have a gun? Yeah, we're just gonna go to the planet of Ragul and just go, you know what? I got this big gun. Well, let's see the description of it before we go further. Heavy combat ready machine gun that fires many rounds. Only a handful of these guns were produced. Well, hello, normal mode Forest 1. I mean, it kind of matches the character. Yeah, we're gonna be introducing some of the boomas to the other end of the gun. I'm so sorry, boomas. I'm so sorry. You have no chance. Rest in peace. Yeah, that seems about right. You know, isn't this how you kill boomas? You just whip out the old minigun? How much damage do I do if I debuff them, out of curiosity? 746 on a crit. That is actually an insanely high amount of damage. Wow, that's not fair. Poor boomas, I know. Listen, we're just cleaning up the planet. I know, boomas are much better than the ultimate mode enemies, for sure. I'll humor the game and see if I need any moon atomizers from over here. Hello, Rappies. I got something for you. Oh, I actually managed to land the special. How rare. You almost never see the flame special. Oh, I thought those were guaranteed moon atomizer plus telepipe. Must be another quest I'm thinking of. You know what? I might as well as kill them and walk back. I could technically get a present from that. But anyway, I think I'm done with PSO for now. But let's chat. Listen to the music a little bit. So PSO, how did it go overall? Well, we got a rare unit, which makes spellcasting super fun. I do have to remember that this character has that unit for later, so I will probably forget. We did Dark Falls. We played with, I want to say it was ODST. I'm so bad with names. I apologize for getting the name wrong. They played a Ramar. So they were a ton of fun to play with. Hopefully we'll see them again in the future. And we were talking to Lantos. So we got some nice nostalgia Soul Calibur talk in. Yeah, we got quite a few level ups. Unfortunately, I feel like my chat-made character is not quite ready for some of the harder quests. Maybe in like 20 levels when I can get a cloak, I'll be able to DPS properly. But we'll see. But for now, I'm pretty happy with where we are in PSO. We cleared the final boss a few times. We beat Point of Disaster, I think for the first time on stream. I actually don't think I've ever done that quest on stream, so I'm willing to state that. I feel like I've only played that quest once before, just to see what it was. And I don't think I've played it ever since. And it's not a bad quest. Definitely if we go for... Oh, yeah, the dumpling... See, that's more my fault. I'm not going to blame you for that. Although, obviously, your DPS being higher would help. But in general, I was getting crit killed way too much. So, downside of the dumpling character, too weak. So, hopefully with levels, that'll balance out. I need to get to, like, 1,000 health or so. And then maybe I won't die to crits, because I'll have, like, 40 more defense. We'll see. But from this perspective of PSO, it went fairly well. So, we'll continue to play this, I think, tomorrow as well as next week. And so expect a whole lot of Christmas event stuff. But for now, I think we're going to take a break. We're going to talk about other things not related to PSO. So we're going to give a formal sign-off to YouTube. So if you got to this point in the video or the VOD, I'd just like to thank you for watching and hope to see you again next time.